I'm like, I'm literally like, this is, people think that podcasting's easy. It's not. My body's a dumpster right now. It's a garbage disposal. It's, if you split me open, it would just be like stuffing and just gross things just coming out. Yeah, Cordell Patterson's really fast. On today's Pardon My Take, we have football. We're back from Thanksgiving break. We have a ton of football to talk about. What a week of football. We're going to break down every game. We're going to do fastest 2 minutes. Also, Max is now on the IR. Foot injury that I'm going to make him send me the picture, which is supposed to be disgusting. We have a great show for you. It's a Monday. It's football, and it's brought to you by our friends at Verizon. Takeover episode. 'Tis the season for great savings, AWLs. Cyber Monday is here, and you know what that means. Now's the time to get the people you love the gifts they'll love with unbeatable deals from Verizon. This holiday, trade in any iPhone in any condition and get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE, all on Verizon with unlimited Ultimate. That's an incredible deal. I've always been a Verizon guy. That's an incredible deal. So sure, watching football by the fire this holiday season is nice, but there's no bigger win than saving on great Apple gifts for the whole family. For a limited time, you can trade in any iPhone in any condition and get the new iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch SE, all on Verizon with unlimited Ultimate. This offer ends soon, so hurry. Make the most of your holidays. Go to Verizon.com/take today. This is an incredible offer. Upgrade basically your entire life with Verizon and the unlimited Ultimate. So it ends soon. Hurry right now. Go to Verizon.com/take. Incredible deal. Verizon.com/take. Thank you to Verizon for being the takeover sponsor of this episode. Verizon.com/take.
I'm going to do this.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm actually going to take advantage of this deal.
I need a new iPhone. I could use a new iPad. I need a new Apple Watch. I'm getting the unlimited Ultimate. So Verizon.com/take. Go today. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Pardon My Take. Today is Monday, November 27th, week 12. What?
Let us be the last to wish you and yours a happy Thanksgiving.
What? Stuffed turkey. We start in Detroit on Thanksgiving, where Christian said yeah from the windows to the wall. He caught all of Jordan's balls. All skeet motherfucker. All skeet goddamn. Speaking of balls, Jared took a couple of costly sacks as Lions fans were looking for the closest Sam Laporta potty on Turkey Day. Jaden Lou Reed and the Packers took a walk on the wild side this season, cosplaying as a shitty team, but now they're back to 5-6 and in the hunt. Huh? Packers 29. Stop me if you heard this before. The Lions 22, they lose on Thanksgiving.
Down to Dallas, where Jamie Lee Curtis Samuel had 100 yards, but he wished he could be trading places with Dan Dakroyd Prescott for the holidays. It was Daxgiving, as they were branding Cooksing some CD lamb chops and Tony Pollard greens and leaving everyone Kevontae Burpin. After 45 points, Mike McCarthy enjoyed the one day a year where looking fat just means you're happy. As the Cowboys roll, Dallas 45, the Washington Commanders 10.
We move along to the first ever Black Friday NFL game, where you can listen to Tim Susan Boyle on Amazon Music ad-free with a subscription to Amazon Prime. Javon Holland Oates said, "What I want is to intercept Hail Marys, put the ball in my hand and carry, score a touchdown, yeah, oh yeah." You don't make friends with Salah, as Jets fans are wondering how Roberts still has a job. Dolphins 34, Jets 13. Whoop, whoop.
We move on to Sunday, where C.J. Stroud-Mary was throwing Throwing balls to tank doll. Dr. Trevorky and Lawrence had Texans fans updating their living Will Anderson as they got put out of their misery. Calvin Squigley was playing red light, green light with a Texan secondary, scoring a huge touchdown. And I'm not the world's most physical guy, but if I need 58 yards, I'd kick it 59. Dola. Doink, 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 dola. As the game ends on Matt Amendola's doink. Jaguars, 24. Texans, 21.
We head over to New Jersey, the Meadowlands, where we have our beat reporter Henry Lockwood on the scene.
Yes, guys, I'm here in the Meadowlands. Fans of the Big Blue were grateful this week for Mac and Cheese Jones and Bailey's Irish Zappy, throwing picks and stumbling, bumbling, fumbling the ball all day long. Tommy Don Vito said, I'm Italian. Randy Bullock got off the cheeseburgers and on the scoreboard with a go-ahead field goal in the fourth quarter. And Chad Landon Donovan kicked the game-tying field goal wide left. And the Giants passed New England in the Pooper Bowl 13-10.
I'm Italian. Thank you, Henry. Hey. Over to Cincinnati, where Bengals fans are still Jake frowning about Joe Burrow's lost season. Eddie William Faulkner worked on a script and brought the sound and the fury on the Bengals defense to the tune of 16 points. The game turned on Trenton Hunter S. Thompson's interception as he has Steelers fans hoping to feel fear and loathing in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl, and Cincinnati's playoff hopes are officially gonzo. Steelers 16, Bengals 10.
Up to Mile High, where Samaji, hold on a second, I gotta go take a pee ride, looked like a number one back when coach said, you're in, pal. Dorian Gray Thompson Robinson decayed before our very eyes, leading him to need a walker to finish the game. Like Stu Feiner after a weekend of pleasuring his wife, he's half man, half fish. He's Trout Man, who scored a pivotal touchdown to give the Broncos the win. The Broncos 29, the Browns 12.
We now head over to Philadelphia, PA, where we have our intrepid reporter, the one-legged man, Max Christopher Delente. Max.
Definitely watch the game.
The first half Philadelphia Feebles were getting raw-dogged up and down the field to an early 10-point deficit. Then, all of a sudden, Hail and Hurts started making it rain all over the Bills' defense and eventually set up Make Elliott to extend the game. Josh Giddy Allen was hooking up with 13 and 14 all day, but his last snap of OG got exposed as he couldn't connect with Davis to win the game. Eagles win 34-31.
Make Elliott. That was an inspired choice.
How'd you come up with that one?
He made it. He made it, boom.
Standing on a corner, Jameis Winston down in NOLA, such a fine sight to see. It's Bijan, my lord, he needs to carry it more, and the Falcons in the catbird seat. Come on, dude, Pitts, you've gotta do it. And Ludacris came from rafters screaming, move, bitch. The Falcons win.
Saints don't go march.
26-14.
I think.
24-15. We knew it. And that is Week 12 Fastest 2 Minutes, brought to you by our friends at Chevy. There's a new family with unstoppable grit, and they're the official partners of the Pardon My Take family, and that is the Chevy Silverado ZR2 family. The first ever Silverado heavy-duty ZR2 joins the franchise to make Chevy ZR2 the only truck brand with a full lineup of trucks ready for wherever your off-road adventures take you. With exclusive Multimatic DSSV dampers, rugged mud terrain tires, and up to 14 available camera views, the Chevy Silverado ZR2 and Silverado HD ZR2, a family with commanding and unstoppable grit. Head to Chevy.com right now and check out the Chevy Silverado and the family of Chevy ZR2s, the official trucks of Pardon My Take. We are a Chevy family. We are Chevy people. So if you're thinking about becoming a truck person, Chevy's the only place to look to. Chevy.com right now. Check out Chevy Silverado and the family of Chevy ZR2s, the official trucks of Pardon My Take. Okay, Week 12 in the books. holy shit, that was a lot of football we watched, boys. Thanksgiving week, we've survived.
We survived. I don't know if Scott Hansen survived. Thoughts and prayers to him. They had to evacuate the Red Zone studio this afternoon. We were without Scott Hansen for a couple minutes.
All-time football guy move. People were saying that maybe the alarm was going off because they were trying to warn us that we had Jason Garrett on Sunday Night Football.
I would
have appreciated.
I would appreciate some heads up.
That is an Amber Alert thing we should have Amber Alerts for sports fans. Backup quarterbacks, Jason Garrett being on our TV on Sunday night. These are the most important things. A mascot dying. Like we should be able to. I wonder if we could actually do that. Create up a text message service
with also if a starting running back has a baby, or a wide receiver has a baby.
We decide what gets sent out.
Yeah, Jason Garrett would have been a nice heads up. I said it was like it's like watching Boogie Nights with your parents. If it's a big game, it just takes all the fun out of it. You're trying to watch what should be an important game. Two theoretically, one good team, one theoretically good team.
Yes,
it's not very good. And then you have to hear Jason Garrett drone on. And you know what? I'm going to stand up for Mike Tirico here. He ruined Mike Tirico's moment.
Yeah.
Mike Tirico tried to have a nice little moment with America. They were fading off into commercial break with a nice picturesque sunset over the Pacific Ocean. Mike Tirico in his calming voice said something like, and we'll see you guys in just a little bit. And then Jason Garrett was like, this is very nice, Mike.
Oh,
and it ruined the moment.
He's the worst.
It's a complete boner killer.
We will talk about that game. Justin Tucker just missed easy kick.
Is he washed?
He might be washed.
Yeah, he's on washed watch.
He might be washed. But yes, we are going to get to every game. We're back from Thanksgiving. I think that right now, if you gave me a drug test, they'd be like, I don't know how this man has survived. He's 95% Pepto-Bismol and Tums. I'm struggling. My body is broken.
I'm all on sodium. My body's like completely salty. Right, I feel like Hank.
I tried to eat dinner tonight, and I had 2 bites. I was like, I can't eat. I can't eat anymore.
I've been on that all
first time in my life.
So my problem is I'm trying to start a new clean living diet so I can get some Super Bowl abs this year.
This is a perfect time for it.
And
between
right now,
and Christmas.
It's very hard because I've got so much leftovers in my house.
Yeah,
and I don't want to waste. There are starving kids all across the world that could use a nice plate of food. So I feel like I should eat it for them, and it's just the most unhealthy food possible. I'm on that fried turkey morning, noon, night diet right now.
Yeah. So we're gonna pick up the pieces. We're back. We are going to talk about Thanksgiving Day games and Black Friday games and then get into every other game from Sunday. So let's hop into it. Let's get right into it. The Packers 29, the Lions 22. The Lions got killed by the moon. Jay Kuda, who does an incredible job on Twitter, tweeted out before the game that the Lions are 0-12 going into Thursday's game when playing on Thanksgiving with a waxing gibbous moon. Mm-hmm. They are now 0-13 under those circumstances.
Sounds like some astrology shit.
Listen, if astrology will win me money, I will be the biggest weirdo astrologist of all time.
Yeah, so which one is waxing? That's when it's coming in?
Yeah.
That's when the moon is starting to fill up.
In gibbous.
In gibbous, okay. So
gibbous.
I don't know what it means, but yeah, again, that should be also on our text alert thread.
That would have 100% be it.
Gibbous.
Yeah, but the Lions, it was sad to see the Lions lose, but it was also comforting to be like, oh, yeah, even though they're good, nothing's changed. They lose on Thanksgiving.
Well, so the Lions aren't that bad historically on Thanksgiving. We remember it when they do lose, and it just kind of falls into place, but they're not the worst team on Thanksgiving.
They're pretty bad.
They're not great, but they're far from the worst. They're like middle of the pack in terms of like overall record. Do you know why they play on Thanksgiving every year?
It was some deal with like the motor companies, right?
No, it was their former owner.
You can just always say motor companies with Detroit.
With Detroit, yeah, their former owner also owned like a network of TV stations and radio stations.
That's right.
And so he wanted to give them a nationwide audience to increase brand awareness about the Lions. And so he was just like, let's just do a Thanksgiving Day game. And it worked. And so now it just kind of became the Lions thing.
They are, by the way, 6-18 this century. They're bad on Thanksgiving.
This century, yeah.
Yeah, no, they won a lot of games on Thanksgiving when, like, we weren't alive.
Yeah, so
they have been bad on Thanksgiving, and they've had, I think, like a 7 or 8 game losing streak and a 6 game losing streak that they're currently on.
Yeah.
So they're bad on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I was just looking up overall records earlier in the week on Thanksgiving, and they're
under 500.
There's a lot of teams that, they're 37, 44, and 2 on Thanksgiving, so that's what I saw.
Yeah.
So if you're a Lions fan, panic button is in the palm of your hand, I would say, right? And it's not because your team stinks, because I think the Lions will be fine and they'll figure a way out. But the Vikings also have a very real chance. If they beat the Bears, on Monday Night Football, the Vikings could be in the discussion for the division.
I mean,
they still have to play the Lions twice.
The thing about the Lions is right now our guy Jared Goff is in a little bit of a mini slump. He's 1-1 in his mini slump. He beat the Bears, not playing his best game. The same thing kind of happened on Thanksgiving Day where the ball was getting turned over a lot, fumbles, under pressure, missing some throws. You just have to hope that he gets out of his mini slump, which I think he will. But that is the difference right now with how the Lions look because their defense is not going to be the one that wins them games. It's got to be their offense. So when their offense isn't clicking perfectly, they look like not a great team.
We're football guys, so we know that the strength of the Lions should be their offensive line.
Yes.
And the middle of their offensive line hasn't been playing that well.
Well,
and there was a lot of pressure on Jared. I'll say that the fumble when he was trying to throw the ball early on in the game, I don't think that's entirely on Jared.
Rashawn Gary is really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really fucking good football player, and he was everywhere on Thursday. And I do want to briefly talk about the Packers, and I want to say this has got to be a safe space. No Packers fans can tweet this at me. What I'm about to say does not count. Jordan Love might actually be good, and it's starting to scare me. He might actually be good, and this is the difference between dysfunctional franchises and functional franchises like the Green Bay Packers, where this season was lost for them. It was a completely lost cause. They looked like trash. They were a bad football team, and they have come along here in the last few weeks, won some games, and now they're in the hunt more than they're 5-6, and someone's going to get this 7th seed in the NFC, and they could absolutely get into the playoffs. And that's the difference between a functional and dysfunctional franchise is when they look like everything's lost and that the season's over, they could still somehow sneak into the playoffs.
I think that for most franchises that aren't like the Packers, like our beloved teams, when you stink, it's a terminal illness.
Right.
There's no turning back.
You're like, we just stink.
You're going to stink, and as a matter of fact, you're going to get worse as the season keeps going. There's no cure. There's no cure for whatever you have when you're a dysfunctional franchise. And then if you're a good franchise, there's enough stability around you where maybe you can keep practicing football and get better at football and play your way out of a slump. I would pump the brakes. I know that you're afraid about Jordan Love.
No,
I would not concern myself too much with Jordan Love being like an elite quarterback.
He looked a lot better. His receivers are getting a lot better because they're all very young, and like they tried to basically have an entire young team on the fly and see if they could patch together. And again, like I'm not even talking about the Vikings being in the playoffs because we've been looking at who's going to win the 7th seed. Now it's who's going to win the 6th and 7th because the Seahawks are completely reeling, and the Seahawks have to play the Cowboys, they have to play the Niners, and I think they have to play the Eagles all in a row. So those 3 games in a row, there could be 2, like it could flop. It could be the Rams and the Packers in the playoffs, just like that. So it's scaring me, and I know, again, Packers fans can't use this against me. I think Jordan Love might be good, and it's starting to worry me. He looked a lot better.
Yeah, but at least
he was throwing the ball around.
Good is his ceiling. I don't think he's going to be great.
But his receivers are now like Christian Watson finally got his head out of his ass. Jaden Reed, like all these guys that they really did him a disservice by putting all these young guys on his team and being like, we're not going to give you one, stalwart like old receiver that can help you, like an Adam Thielen in the Panthers, who obviously that hasn't worked out well. But it's all kind of coming along here, and they've strung some games along. And they start to look like a real team. And at 5-6, I don't know, man. I'm a little nervous. And they don't have the toughest schedule. They still have the Giants, the Bucs, and the Panthers on their schedule after they play the Chiefs next week.
Right.
Like the Packers are going to probably get to 9 or 10 wins, and I'm going to have to kill myself.
If I were the Lions,
this shouldn't be used against me.
I would be way more concerned with the Vikings because they have the Bears, Raiders, Bengals, then 2 games against the Lions and the Packers. So the Vikings have a very real window right now.
But again, the Seahawks are the other team. Like the Seahawks are faltering. The Seahawks look bad, and they have some really tough games going. So we've been thinking like, oh, the Seahawks are in the playoffs. I've thought that. Now I don't think that's the case. And again, it's complete and utter bullshit that in a rebuilding year you can make the playoffs. That should be not allowed. You should have to declare before the season starts whether you're rebuilding or not, and then you are not eligible for the playoffs if you're rebuilding.
Functional teams don't have like dedicated rebuilding.
Yeah, they rebuild like kind of like this is
rebuilding.
Bullshit. This is bullshit.
Rebuilding is much like the In the Hunt graphic, where if you're a shitty franchise. You just say that you're rebuilding, and then that gives you permission to stink for that year. At least for that year, you have an excuse.
I've thought my way out of this. Aaron Rodgers didn't make the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Love, oh no, but that's, I'll say Jordan Love better than Aaron Rodgers, but that's my worst nightmare. So no, it's bad. It's bad. And I feel bad for Lions fans because this was supposed to be like the big Thanksgiving where you guys are a really good team.
I know.
And everything goes well. What I would say to Lions fans, I assume most of the Lions fans listening to this show have already watched it, but I did watch the Barry Sanders documentary on Friday night. Awesome documentary. Barry Sanders is incredible. I love watching him run. The craziest Barry Sanders stat that I completely forgot or maybe just never even knew, the year that he had 2,000 yards rushing, 1997, he finished with 2,053 yards. How many yards did he have in his first 2 games that season?
Oh, shit. I don't know if it's going to be a whole lot or not very many at all, so I don't know.
He had 53 yards his first 2 games.
That's crazy.
So he had 2,000 yards rushing in the last 14 games.
That's insane.
It's insane.
Also, if you look at Barry Sanders' Oklahoma State stats, those are incredible.
He was crazy. I also just didn't know that his dad was a diehard Oklahoma fan. Barry Sanders was just like, yeah, I'm going to go to Oklahoma State.
Good for him.
Yeah. His whole career just not wanting the limelight and just being like, he should be celebrated. I know there was a weird cooling off period between him and the Lions, but I also didn't realize that he had 2 times in his career a player on the Lions had to be taken off in an ambulance. One of them got paralyzed. The other had a really bad neck injury, and that was like they talked about it. They're like, that was part of him being like, maybe I don't want to play this anymore.
Yeah, good for Barry. Barry walked away at the top of his game.
Yeah, so Lions fans, watch that documentary.
Lions fans also, I know that you're thinking about the panic button. I still think they're going to win the division. I still think that I don't think there's anything inherently broken about the Lions.
No, it's a slump for Goff right now.
They had a couple bad bounces. The moon was
a real motherfucker.
Waxing gibbous.
That moon, like, go somewhere else, moon. You fucking jerks.
Do we really need the moon for anything? I feel like the moon is washed.
They always
the moon
say,
washed because
they always say for the tides.
Yeah, I think the tides have figured it out by now.
Kind of overrated.
Okay, so the Earth has existed for what, like, I don't know, depending on how religious you are, anywhere between 20,000 and 20 million years. I think the tides know their role.
Yes,
right.
They know their lane.
Like the moon, what does it do? I might have to be anti-moon.
Ooh, you want to go anti-moon, Hank?
I don't think so.
Okay. Join the party. Why not? Why do you like the moon?
They're always scared.
Because it controls the oceans. I'm a big ocean guy.
Oh, so that you can find your way if you're sailing at night if there's a full moon. You're right. That would be nice.
Yeah, and just the tides and everything. Like it plays a vital part. Without the moon, we wouldn't exist.
Is that true?
I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true.
So the moon has always.
I don't think we need the moon for shit.
The thing is, like the moon.
We need the moon.
The
if
moon.
we didn't have the moon, we'd spin out of orbit.
No.
You're thinking of something else.
We should just let the moon off its leash. Just push it. Could we push the moon?
Yeah, just ram it real quick. So the moon was supposed to be like the Earth's fullback, intercepting comets and asteroids,
which
and
it
shit,
did do.
Which it did a great job at. But the game has evolved to the point where we don't need a fullback anymore.
Right.
It's more wide open. Down. When was the last time that you saw a new crater form on the moon because it knocked out an asteroid? It's been years.
It hasn't been doing shit for us.
You don't know about the other side.
I don't think the moon could play in this era.
The dark side.
Washed. That's all I'm saying.
By the way, Jake, could you please put a reminder in the files for me that I need to make sure that I win my first bet on Thanksgiving next year? That really that changes my whole mood.
Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah, Thanksgiving Day. The first game is the most important game of the day. It changes the entire tenor of the day, how you conduct yourself around your family, all of it. So I just that's a must win, and I don't put enough effort into trying to make that a must win. Like I just took the Lions and I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna win. The Packers stink, and then I was just Danny doom and gloom until the Cowboys womped, crushed the Commanders.
Hand up. Also, this Lions game snuck up on me. Central Time, early kickoff.
Yeah,
it really snuck up on me.
Yeah. Also,
I was not prepared.
We had a little controversy because the Packers didn't get a turkey.
Yeah,
they didn't get a turkey at the end. There was a theory that Greg Olsen actually ruined the turkey because he shoved his hand inside the turkey during one of the breaks. Then there was another.
How is that a theory? Isn't that either something that happened or didn't?
Yeah,
happen?
well, I don't think anyone's going to own up to it. And then there was another theory that it was Fox telecast had seared the Lions logo into the turkey, so they didn't want to give it to the Packers.
Oh, so Fox jinxed it.
Yeah, they might have jinxed it.
Fox stopped the count
And
too
the
soon.
moon.
This is Arizona all over again.
And the moon. Both things hand in hand. Okay, let's talk about the next game. Cowboys 45, Commanders 10. This was such an ass-kicking that the Dallas Cowboys hid a turkey in the Salvation Army bucket.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be bad enough because they were like, hey, we're gonna win by so much. After we score one time, we're going to go and we're going to eat the turkey out of there. And Dak Prescott said afterwards that he was thinking about doing it. He was kind of weighing it around like, hey, we're probably going to get a penalty. And then he happened to see Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones before the game, and he told Jerry, and Jerry was like, fuck yeah, do that. And then that would be bad enough. But the worst part is that Dak Prescott said afterwards they were actually going to do it after they went up 31-10 with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, but they were like, nah, we'll score again.
So yeah,
and then they waited and they did it when they went up 38-10.
That was the worst part to me was they okay, you want to hide a turkey in a Salvation Army kettle?
Yeah.
Go ahead, do that. Last week we proved that we were get engaged during a sack celebration bad.
Yeah.
Now this week we're hide a turkey and celebrate a touchdown. But if you're going to do it when you're up by 20 points late in the fourth. Don't wait until you break 40 points almost and break that out on me. Whatever. I asked for a whomping. I said I'd love a whomping. I wanted it. I was like all S&M me up. 50 Shades of Grey. Beat the shit out of me, Daddy. Like that's what I wanted because I wanted Ron Rivera to get fired. I almost accomplished that mission. Jack Del Rio got the axe. He's fired.
He's gone.
I'm happy about that. Now it's an interesting game because going into Thanksgiving, NFL teams were 57-0 in the last 25 seasons when they had a game where they had 100-plus rushing yards, 250-plus passing yards, 35-minute time of possession, no more than 25 penalty yards, and no more than one turnover. The Commanders did that, and they lost by 35 points.
Yeah.
So
you got to score.
You got to score. That's important.
You got to score.
Scoring's important. We were good until we got to like the 30-yard line, and then the offense stunk after that. The defense was awful. This might be the worst defense that I've ever seen in my life.
It got Jack Del Rio fired. It was a firing game.
It got Jack Del Rio fired. Now my theory is Ron Rivera is going to take over the defense. He's going to retire at the end of the season. He made a side deal with Josh Harris being like, please don't fire me. I'm going to stick around. I'm going to let Eric Bieniemy run the show. He's going to act like the head coach. He's going to take care of everything on the offensive side of the ball.
Like a job interview.
Like a job interview. We're going to give him, which I wanted, except I wanted Ron gone too. But I'm pretty sure that Ron's going to – he's such a classy guy. You remember how he went out in Charlotte where they let him address the team in the media after they fired him? He did a
press conference after he got fired.
Yeah, so Ron's a classy guy. No one wants to fire Ron, especially not during Salute to Service Month. His parents are in the military. And I think what is going to happen is Bieniemy is going to be the de facto head coach for the rest of the season. He's going to get a shot to prove himself and then clean house after the season's over.
Yeah.
So good job to the Cowboys. Cowboys are great. Cowboys beat the fuck out of bad teams. You found a pretty fucking bad team.
The Cowboys are really good right now, and I know that they're playing some bad teams, and they've had two big games that they've lost against really good teams, basically the two teams in front of them, and the Eagles and the Niners. But Dak Prescott is playing out of his mind. He's had 4 out of the last 5 games, 300-plus yards. The Cowboys at home this year are 5-0 for a combined score of 205-60. That's an average score of 41-12.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Cowboys deserve credit. I know that they still have to prove that they can beat the Eagles or the 49ers, but the Cowboys are really fucking good right now. And I think I had the theory a couple weeks ago where it's like they're kind of in the perfect spot where everyone talks about the Eagles and 49ers and not every single show is leading with the Cowboys, but they are a really, really good team. And they are, if you have a conversation about the 3 teams in the NFC, the Cowboys have to be in it.
I think the Cowboys could win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Definitely, without a doubt.
And Deron Bland, insane. His 5th pick 6 of the season. That's an NFL record, and it's week 12.
Yeah.
Insane. He has more touchdowns than he's got to have more touchdowns than Zach Wilson, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I would have to guess, right? Nope. Does he, Memes?
Zach Wilson at 6.
Oh, okay. So Deron Bland will get it soon. Soon enough.
I know he has more than DK Metcalf because DK said that after the game.
Oh, shit.
He's got more touchdowns tonight.
Also, Nance had an incredible call on the.
He did. He was ready
He
for
said,
it.
"You're watching history, folks."
Yeah, he did have a very good call for that. But yeah, the Cowboys are really good.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
I got to give them
The
credit.
Cowboys could 100% win the Super Bowl. I'm not downplaying that at all. I still think the 49ers are better. I think the Eagles are better. But depending on how it all shakes out, the Cowboys they're in that conversation.
Yeah, the problem for the Cowboys is that the team ahead of them is in their division, so they don't get to play home games in the playoffs.
Right.
That's the biggest problem.
Right.
Because they just kill teams at home.
Now, on the other side of the coin, I'm all over tankathon.com, baby. I'm on it. And
Yeah.
Big Cat, I'm rooting for the best for your Bears. I hope your Bears win tomorrow night. I'm on your side. Let's go Bears. Has nothing to do with the fact that Washington would then potentially take the 4th pick from the Bears. And then now we're looking at maybe Maserati Marv.
I listen, I'm cool with anything because the Panthers suck so bad. And I don't think they're going to win another game.
Yeah.
So I'm good with that. I'd be fine with the Bears maybe trying to win a game every now and then.
How the turntables for me.
Yeah.
I was thinking Yoffs about a month ago.
Well, we were just having a discussion out there. Obviously, outside of Jake and Max, who Eagles and Dolphins, I might have the best team out of the rest of us.
Right now, yeah.
Commanders, Jets, Patriots, and then Shane is sitting there in his sad Chargers sweatshirt, even though the Chargers did kick the shit out of the Bears, so he probably can't make that argument. But, like, the Bears are not as bad as the Commanders, the Jets, and the Patriots right now.
I agree. This is a recent low. I was about to say all-time low, but no, we've been much, much worse than this before.
Can you believe that, like, a couple of weeks ago you were thinking Yoffs?
That's what I just said. 4 weeks ago, I was thinking Yoffs. I did the schedule.
I've seen some Commanders fans tweet they'd rather have Sam Howell than Josh Allen.
We're not going to go down that road.
Did you see that Commanders fan?
You can't even say many people are saying. You have to say.
I saw a Commanders
a
fan.
person said that.
Yeah.
This is a straw man argument. I reject the premise of your argument.
Meanwhile, Josh Allen has like 500 yards of offense and almost takes the Bills to a victory on his back.
I do still think that Sam Howell's the guy.
I do too.
Yeah.
He has no.
Our problems are not the offense. Our offensive line
is so
sucks
bad.
Ass. But Sam Howell's not the problem at all. I think we're in a good position with Sam Howell. This year, he's basically a rookie. He's now 1-1 all time against the Cowboys, so that's good. But it's not his fault. Like the defense is historically bad, and the offensive line is very, very bad. And I think we're in a good position because he's not counting for much money against the cap. We're going to get Bill Belichick. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah,
everything's going to be fine. All right, next game, Thursday night. It was just. The Lions-Packers game was close, but it was the Lions scored late to make it close. The majority of the games, or felt like the majority of gameplay, was in blowouts because the Niners kicked the shit out of the Seahawks, 31-13. The Niners are all the way back. Brock Purdy didn't even have like his, it wasn't like Brock Purdy show. It was just their defense is awesome. Christian McCaffrey was just running all over everyone. Niners are really next week. Niners-Eagles is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking that Brock Purdy had a very good game though.
He did, but
statistically, it wasn't his best game, but he made some throws where my only note that I wrote down on this game when I was watching it was a simple question: is Brock Purdy now a gunslinger?
Ooh,
has he transitioned from being a game manager, a guy that won't lose you a game, to then he was a system quarterback for a little bit. And then he went and got so much moxie that I think he might be part gunslinger.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that he was bad. I'm saying that it wasn't like he was under 200 yards until that last touchdown pass to Brandon Ayuk, which was a great touchdown pass. I'm saying it wasn't like Brock Purdy. It wasn't one of those 300-yard games where it's like, holy shit, Brock Purdy's hitting everyone. It was Christian McCaffrey just running it down their face.
Yeah.
And their defense being unbelievable.
Yeah. I think that Brock, though, is he's evolving in front of our very eyes.
He might be a gunslinger. He did throw a pick six. That is a sign of a gunslinger.
Exactly. It's part of the deal. The neon green jerseys did play at night. I like the look of that at night.
Yeah.
It sucks when you're getting your ass kicked and you're wearing a jersey like that, but it was at least visually entertaining for America while they were coming down from a food coma.
I think the Seahawks are in deep, deep trouble.
They might be. Yeah.
Like Geno does not look right, and then having to go at the Cowboys, at the 49ers next 2 weeks. That they're in deep trouble.
Yeah.
It feels like this is going to what they thought was a promising season. I was kind of buying them earlier this season. It has derailed, and now they have to start saying, "Oh, we probably need to find a quarterback."
Well, it's nice when you have Kenneth Walker running the football for you.
Yeah.
And
it's not nice when you don't.
It's not nice when you don't at all. The Seahawks are. I think the Seahawks are a perfectly average team capable of having like spurts of good. They'll have like a game or two per season where they are like they beat a team that they shouldn't beat, and then they'll have a game or two where they lose to a team that they shouldn't lose to. But they are what they are. Perfectly average team.
I'm just looking right now too because they have 6 wins. The Lions win was a good win. And then their other 5 wins are against the Panthers, the Giants, the Cardinals, the Commanders, and that Browns game that they probably shouldn't have won that they did win.
Yeah.
That's not exactly murderer's row.
No, I think that they are like the completely average.
The Panthers, Giants, Cardinals, Commanders are 4 of the worst teams in the NFL.
Yep.
So, yeah, maybe I'm not buying the Seahawks as much. Okay.
You know what you're doing, though? You're writing Geno off.
I am right. I will absolutely write Geno off. I'm going to take the Cowboys on Thursday night when they're at home against the Seahawks. Black Friday. What a game that was. What a game that was. Dolphins 34, Jets 13. We had maybe the craziest play. I don't remember a play happening like that where the Jets tried to throw a Hail Mary at the end of half, and Javon Holland returned it 99 yards, and you could make the argument that the reason why that happened was because their shitty quarterback that they benched, that they drafted 2 overall, was not in the game, and Tim Boyle was starting the game because Tim Boyle doesn't have the arm strength to get it all the way into the end zone.
Well, Tim Boyle was starting the game because his name is not Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, we're going to try somebody who's not Zach and see if that helps at all. It was a good strategy because I think we know there's enough body of evidence as to what Zach Wilson is.
I think we know what Tim Boyle is.
We know for sure.
Yeah.
But at least he's bad, but not in the same ways that Zach Wilson is bad.
That was an all-time Jets moment.
Yeah.
An all-time Jets moment. Memes, I mean, you were probably watching it with your dad. Were you screaming? Were you yelling?
So I was at a bar with probably 100 Jets fans, and we thought they were going to take a knee, and then you just see him running down the field, and everybody just starts screaming, "Oh, no, it's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's happening."
Man.
Yeah.
Tim Boyle gets his ankles broken, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, my God." And the bartender's just like, "The fucking Jets." And it just every single week.
Al Michaels couldn't even believe it. Al Michaels like woke up from his coma, and he had a little spice in his voice when he was announcing that one. Memes in a weird way is the best part of your week every week when the Philadelphia Eagles win a game because you can be like, we're the only team that beat them.
Yeah, you got to hope they go 17. What would it be 19-1?
Yeah,
Yeah, 19
20-1?
yeah, and then who beat them?
19-1. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the Bengals when Mike White beat them, and they went to the Super Bowl, and you're like, "Oh, good.
Yeah.
Could have went to the Super Bowl."
Yeah,
Like,
we were
nope.
there. It was so Jets. And the Dolphins played very well. I mean, Tua wasn't even that good, but their defense, that's why I've been kind of switched my opinion on the Dolphins. I did have one crazy Dolphins fan try to clip that clip from like 2 months ago when I was like, the Jets right now could beat the Dolphins. I bet on the Dolphins on Friday. That was easy. Jalen Phillips, though, getting hurt is a big loss for them. And the MetLife turf claims another 6 since 2020, which they changed the turf this year.
Yeah.
But since
the hybrid.
2020, there have been 6 ACL tears and 3 Achilles tears on the MetLife turf.
Yeah, it's cursed. Remember, that's where the Black
guess-
Cat was on that primetime game.
I guess they do play double the game, so maybe that's skewed now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, it's SoFi.
Yeah, that's
No
true.
way. Wait, that's what we need to do is match it up head to head. with
SoFi. Yeah. But either way, that turf sucks.
Yeah, that one you just pushed off. It just snapped.
Yeah. Memes, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How much of the blame on this season do you put on Aaron Rodgers?
I was thinking about it. On his Achilles or Aaron Rodgers himself?
I'm thinking Aaron Rodgers himself. And listen, I'm a reformed Aaron Rodgers hater. I no longer hate him, but I'm starting to just toss around the idea that him saying that he's going to come back this year might have hurt the Jets a little bit in the fact that they didn't go out and try to get another QB. They are dealing with Nathaniel Hackett as the OC. And they also have a roster full of guys, Tim Boyle being one of them, that are his friends that he had everyone sign. Did Aaron Rodgers hold you guys hostage this year?
He might have held us hostage.
He might have, and Packers fans are nodding along
That
right
doesn't
now.
sound
They're
like Aaron Rodgers.
They're like, yep.
Alan Lazard was a healthy scratch this week. Randall Cobb hasn't played. Dalvin Cook.
Tim Boyle is your backup.
Tim Boyle is the backup.
You've spent all season talking about how you're going to go out and get Devontae Adams later.
Just like that carrot has been out there, like he's going to come back. Like if he had just said, Achilles, I'm out. Does the Jets season look a little bit different? Do they get more aggressive? And this is probably more of a Joe Douglas, Robert Saleh problem than Aaron Rodgers. But I just was thinking about it. I was thinking about it.
I think it might come from the top down.
Well,
I think it might be old Woody.
Is everyone going to get fired?
Woody might be involved in this because I think Woody, maybe it was Joe Douglas. I don't know. I'm not privileged to these conversations, but I feel like they didn't replace Zach Wilson because of an instruction for the top. Because if you're Robert Saleh and you watch Zach Wilson play quarterback, I hope you're not dumb enough to think like maybe this guy could be the answer.
But the backup was Tim Boyle.
Yeah, but
like they didn't go and get someone else.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think that they wanted to put all their faith in Zach Wilson and not have, he might be the kind of guy that doesn't do well when a clearly better player is on the roster with him.
Yeah, but you can't even think like that.
I know, but I'm saying I have a feeling that it came from – that's not Saleh's choice. I don't think. If it is, if Robert Saleh truly thought that Zach Wilson was going to be good enough to keep them in playoff contention until Aaron Rodgers got back on his own, Robert Saleh should be fired.
Right, but the biggest problem in the whole conversation is until Aaron Rodgers comes back, why was that always the plan?
Yeah. Do you think Aaron Rodgers wants to come back even if they're not in playoff contention?
Definitely not.
You don't think there's a small portion of him
a little
that wants to be look
still,
at me, I'm Aaron. I'm the one that came back from Achilles in 3 months.
Maybe. I'm still buying the Jets long term because if Aaron Rodgers is back, like this team would be very good if Aaron Rodgers was quarterbacking for him. That's a fact. Their defense, and we talked about it on whatever it was day we did the preview, like their defense quit because they know like as soon as that 99-yard interception gets returned, their defense played well in the first half.
Yeah, the game is over.
And the game's over, and your defense goes into every game being like, if we give up 10 points, the game's over. And that's got to be you can't play defense like that.
Didn't they interview Robert Saleh right after that Hail Mary interception pick six?
Yeah, he was
like on his way to the locker room.
Yeah.
Like, what do you say if you're Robert Saleh? Like, well, fuck, that's the first time that's ever happened in a game.
Do you want everyone fired? Fresh start?
Yeah.
But you got to.
It's just such a confusing process because Robert Saleh had the opportunity to switch them all the entire season, just didn't. I'm just so confused by this entire Jets team.
How does he do?
Robert Saleh said after the game that his pass protection is what's holding him back.
Oh,
and then
no.
Somebody shared a clip of Dalvin Cook and 3 guys just running right by him sacking Tim Boyle.
did bet Izzy to score a touchdown again, you motherfucker. No. Well, you did that to me.
I thought he was a game changer.
He was very good in the preseason.
I have a good stat for you, Memes. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
Okay, the Jets, this is from our friend Stathole. The Jets broke their streak of 17 straight third down plays that didn't convert for a first down. They had 17 in a row, dating back to the game before. That's pretty cool. They broke the streak.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, here's the other part of the stat. 17 is actually tied for the most third down, attempts that didn't convert for a first down with 2 other teams in the NFL this year. So you're not the worst.
Who are the other 2 teams, Big Cat?
That would be the New England Patriots and the Washington Commanders.
Okay.
So now is that stat happy?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Yeah, that's pretty good. 17 straight third downs.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of third downs.
There's nothing worse than that because you're getting to third down a lot.
Yeah.
And then nothing's happening.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad. I feel bad for you, Memes. I feel happy for Jake, though, because the Dolphins do look like they are a legit team now.
Yeah. I mean, Jalen Phillips is going to hurt a lot because, like, Bradley Chubb was getting a lot of one-on-ones. Like, that sucks. That sucks. I really was starting to feel good about the Dolphins as a team because of their defense was coming along and looking really good. And now, I don't know.
Yeah, listen, they have a chance to really get in a groove here. They have Commanders, Titans, Jets.
Ooh.
There's a very good chance they're 11-3 heading into Christmas.
Jay, can you finish me off? Can you just take care of Ron for me? The Cowboys got me all.
I feel like at this point, they're not going to fire him mid-season.
No.
Yeah,
it would have been yesterday. It would have been this weekend.
If you hang 100 on Riverboat Ron's defense, he will be fired. Please.
Yeah.
Oh, I would take 100. Yeah,
100.
it would just be cool to see a 100-point
100
game.
would be
too,
awesome.
Yeah.
Also, people are saying Dolphins haven't beaten a good team. They've now put 70 up on a team that is right on the cusp of being in the playoffs.
That was those
The Denver
Broncos.
Yeah, those are
Those
those
Broncos,
Very
not
different
these
Broncos.
Broncos.
right, but they
No,
beat-
you can't do that,
No,
Jake.
no,
It's
you
those
can't.
Broncos.
Yeah,
All right.
very different
Saying.
Broncos.
Fact.
I
No, the
actually,
Dolphins are good.
I actually think these Dolphins might be better than those Dolphins that put up 70 points.
I've taken the Dolphins off fraud watch. We'll see when they play the Cowboys in a month. If fraud watch comes back, like if they get killed by the Cowboys, then it's
Right.
back to fraud watch.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm high on the Dolphins.
And now with the division, with the Bills losing today, it's opening up.
I still have the Dolphins on fraud watch, but you can earn your way off. So they can, if they stick to their details, if they show me some improvement, signs of improvement, then I'm willing to take them off fraud. But they have to beat the Cowboys. But they're still on there. I just want to say that I think that they've shown enough where I'm willing to consider their application for what's the word I'm looking for? That's the opposite of relegation.
Promotion?
Advanced promotion.
Yeah.
I'm willing to
Promotion.
accept their application for promotion.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you guys see Alex Smith just like completely dunking on Rex Ryan by accident today?
Yeah, I saw him. Well, he was also kind of dunking on Hank, too, with that.
Yeah,
he
so
made a lot of interesting points.
Tom Brady said that the league is mediocre right now. Listen, we watch every Sunday. There's not great quarterback. There's been a lot of quarterback injuries. Not great quarterback play going on right now. But Alex Smith was like, Tom Brady, you played in the weakest division every single year, and like Rex Ryan sitting right next to him, coach of the Jets and the Bills.
Mhm.
And he was just like, fuck, dude, what are you doing?
But Rex even had to be like, he's making some good points.
Yeah.
He understood. Like, the Jets were very bad, with the exception of, 2 years? And the Bills were pretty bad the entire time. The Dolphins were pretty bad the entire time. The Patriots pretty much had 6 games in hand before the season even kicked off.
And Tom Brady has thrown Hank a lifeline because Hank walked in today and was like, I agree with Tom Brady. The league stinks right now.
Yeah, we were watching
The one
a lot
year
of
that
bad
the
football.
Patriots suck. You're like, yeah, you know what? Who would even want to win the Super Bowl this year?
It's kind of tainted.
This sucks.
No, I mean a Super Bowl win's a Super Bowl win, but we watch every game, like you said, and there's some ugly football.
There's some
being
ugly
played.
football. There's some ugly football. All right, let's move to Sunday. Before we do that, we have Verizon Takeover, PFT.
Yes, I love Verizon. I'm a Verizon customer. I've been a Verizon customer since I got a phone. So that's a long time. That's a really long time. I'm Team Verizon. They want to mention to you guys that they've got an incredible deal right now. Big savings, season's greetings, season savings. Cyber Monday is here, and you know what that means. Now's the time to hook the fam and yourself up with the best deals from Verizon. This holiday, you can trade in any iPhone in any condition and get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE, all on Verizon with unlimited ultimate. Maybe you broke your iPhone at a concert. Maybe you dropped it in the toilet. Maybe you spilled one too many drinks on it. Whatever it is, I've got to crack down my iPhone right now. I'm due for an upgrade. I'm going to take advantage of this. This does sound like the best deal of the season, best deal of the year, because for a limited time, you can trade in any iPhone in any condition and get the new iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch SE, all on Verizon with unlimited ultimate. The offer won't be here for long. Go take advantage of it at Verizon.com/take. That's Verizon.com/take. I'm going to go there after the show. Verizon.com/take.
Okay, Sunday. We had an awesome game in the early slate. Jaguars 24, Texans 21. We should do that thing, PFT. We're like, is this the future Manning versus Brady?
Yeah, no,
Is Lawrence versus Stroud. Oh man, we're in for a treat. We get this for the next decade.
I'm excited about it.
I am too, actually.
It does seem like a good rivalry that started. And Trevor Lawrence had a great quote when they asked him about it after the game. They're like, do you enjoy playing against great teams in your own division and building up that rivalry? He was like, no, I wish that every other team in my division stunk.
Yeah.
That'd be the best.
Yeah.
But if we're doing I'm willing to expand it to the entire division, Big Cat.
Oh,
I'm willing to say that the AFC South,
the Young Guns.
that is the future conference of quarterbacks.
The Young Guns.
The Young Guns. Levis,
Minshew.
Minshew, Anthony Richardson, double two-headed monster, and then Stroud and Lawrence. This game was awesome. It was very fun. I was impressed with both teams. Trevor Lawrence looked very good,
Trevor Lawrence looked good,
and he was using his legs again, which is good to see. C.J. Stroud also looked incredible, though. Like, this was I think the Texans were probably 4 inches from winning this game, right? On that field goal, bounced off the perfect center of the upright and doinked off. And it was because Stroud...
We're going to overtime, yeah.
Yeah. Stroud took a bad sack there at the end of the game, backed him up a little bit.
Josh Allen was awesome.
Josh Allen was great. He had, how many pressures? I think he had 12 pressures today.
He was everywhere.
Which is insane, and most of those came against Laramie Tunsil, who's an awesome player. So I am very excited to watch the Jags and the Texans play for the next 30 years.
So C.J. Stroud was good. C.J. Stroud is, like, maybe too comfortable in the pocket. There were times where he was just kind of hanging out, and, like, it's crazy to watch.
He processes.
He's that good. He's just like, yeah, I'm just going to stand here. I'm good. I know where everyone is on the field. I don't have to worry about it. But the Jaguars are the story. The Jaguars take a stranglehold on the AFC South. They are 8-3. They are legit. This was a big road win for them when it felt like everyone was like Texans. The only thing I'd say about the Jaguars, and Jaguars fans know this, their red zone offense continues to be like just so confusing. It feels like they're able to move the ball, then they get to the red zone, and shit just breaks down. Throws are late. Like Trevor Lawrence missed Evan Ingram where he just threw it late. And that is one of those, when you look through the season, you have like little things that you look to and you're like, ooh, this might be a problem later. And I think that might be the problem later unless they figure it out.
Here's a tip. Calvin Ridley's awesome.
Yeah.
Keep throwing the ball to him in the red zone. And that would be a good strategy. They have a 93% chance to win the AFC South right now.
Yeah, no, they're a good team.
So they're a very good team. I actually thought that the Texans should have gone for it on that 4th and 12. That's how good C.J. Stroud was playing at the end of the game, where they sent Amendola out to try a 58-yarder. I was like, are you sure they're not going to go for it here?
He also looked like he kicked it way too casually.
He hit it too high.
Yeah.
He got too much air underneath it, and I think he knew the second that it happened. But I don't think you could have put it more in the center of the uprights. It was a crazy kick.
The other part of this game that I thought the Texans kind of lost it, even though it didn't end up. I think the Jaguars missed a field goal, but there was that confusing sequence when the Texans had 3rd and 1, and they went deep pass, and then they had 4th and 1 on. I think it was their own like 45. And they went another deep pass when they needed 1 yard. It was like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Like maybe falling a little bit too in love with how awesome C.J. Stroud is, and he is awesome, but that one made no sense to me.
Yeah, the game also could have been a lot different if at the end of the first half they got some points. The Jaguars got points. They went for it with virtually no time remaining, and the Texans just bowed up on defense. That was
Doug Peterson.
It felt like it changed the momentum. By the way, I agree with the call. I liked it.
I don't.
I like it.
I don't like going for it at the end of the half
Doug.
when you don't get the benefit of flipping the field. Like I like going for 4th and 1 on the 1 yard line if the penalty of not getting it is that the other team has to start their drive on the 1 yard line.
I just like coaches.
I feel like you usually get a punt back and you get good field position.
You lose that benefit, but I also like coaches that say
Doug Peterson's going to do it.
If we can't get a yard, we don't deserve to win this football game.
Yeah, Doug Peterson's going to do that 100 times out of 100. The math, and I'm not a big math guy, but I always, whenever you go for it on 4th and 1 from the 1 yard line, you don't get it. You're like, all right, at least safety. We're about to get a safety.
Yeah, you have that benefit. But I like the aggressiveness, and I like believing in your offense at the end of the half and being like, okay, let's step on their throats.
Yeah, but the Jaguars are good. Pete Prisco was right. We have to give Pete Prisco credit. Pete Prisco was right. Jaguars are 8-3, very much in the conversation for the 1 seed, even though they did lose to the Chiefs. Did they play the Ravens? They have not played the Ravens yet. They play the Ravens in a couple weeks, which will be a big game.
I think this is a Sunday night game.
Yeah, that will be a big game for the potential 1 seed. But, yeah, the Jaguars are very good, and they will almost, what do you say, 93%?
93% chance.
And now they're looking for that 1 seed.
I'm just trying to do the math on this. On a 2-point conversion, teams make it around, it's between like 15
depending on the offense,
depending on the offense. If it's at the 1 yard line, you would think that would be quite a bit higher, like 60% of the time, right?
Right.
So if a touchdown and extra points worth 7 points, you could figure that's probably worth around 4 points, 3.7 points or whatever per time.
You've lost me, but I keep going.
And then a field goal is worth 3. That's not totally automatic. It's like 99% of the time if you kick it from the 1. So I feel like the math does favor going for it on the 1 yard line at the end of that half. Even though you're right, getting the benefit of if you don't get it, you can still claw 2 points back.
Or just get a punt, and if you stop them, you get a great plus field position on your next drive.
That's big. I like the aggressiveness from Doug. Doug's going to do what Doug's going to do.
He was going to do it. All right, next up, the Indianapolis Colts, who if the season ended right this second, would be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Beat the Bucs 27-20.
It was the Colts they're just a fun team to watch.
And everything's starting to look good for the Colts. Jonathan Taylor looks like old Jonathan Taylor. He was just running through people, getting the second level. Like he had a couple touchdowns. I they're not super flashy, but they just win games. I do think the Bucs stink. I think the Bucs stink. I know that I am biased because we have a coworker who refuses to admit the fact the Bucs stink, even though Baker Mayfield's a tough motherfucker and he's just continues to try to just piece everything together. Mm-hmm. The Bucs do stink, but the Colts are 6-5 and the 7th seed right now. No one thought that was going to happen.
I think there's a chance they hang on to it too.
What was their preseason win total?
We just have to remember, here's what's happening right now. I can feel it happening in real time. Baker Mayfield is very good at home.
Yeah.
And he's not Baker Mayfield. Gardner Minshew's very good at home.
Kind of the same guy.
He's not that great on the road. So that we always fall in love with Gardner when he wins a game because he's fun to watch, and it's electric watching him when he's playing well. And we forget that the bad with Gardner can be pretty bad.
Yeah.
But the Colts, I guess they probably control their own destiny.
Their over-under for preseason over-under was 6.5.
Yeah.
6.5.
Good team.
I mean,
they're just good.
And they have some very winnable games coming up on their schedule. I was looking at it, and I think they're a reasonable estimation is the Colts getting to 9, possibly 10 wins, which is crazy. This is Shane Steichen, Coach of the Year.
Yeah, him.
Coach of the Year.
Mike Tomlin.
I mean, it's crazy.
You always have to mention Tomlin.
Losing your first-round pick, 2 games into the season, and sitting here in the end of November and being in the playoffs, it's nuts. He's a really good coach.
Did you see what happened with Shaq Barrett this week?
Yeah, he retired, but then came to the game.
No, he didn't retire. Actually, it was phrased very weird. I think it came out on Tuesday, and it just said "Thank you for everything that you've done for us, Shaq," and it was a message from the Colts organization. And then the story came out that they cut him, but it made it seem like either he was
asking for
retired. Asked for his release or died. It was a very somber message that they sent out. And then they ended up waiving him. He cleared waivers, and then he went to the game and watched from a suite in the Colts stadium.
So, yeah, what's going on?
I don't know what's going on with that. Also, I don't know how he cleared waivers because I feel like there's enough teams out there that need a linebacker. I know that his back's not great, but it was a really weird situation.
Yeah, we also had Jim Irsay getting into a battle with, I think, First Take on Tuesday. He was very upset. He was very, very upset. He was, let's see, First Take, you're going to get your ass sued because there was no alcohol, no illegal drugs. $29,000 is low for me to be carrying in 2014 arrest. I give away $2,000 to $10,000 to the homeless and needed on the street all the time and pass it on, making the world better. And they said, and on First Take, the woman that preceded Stephen A., how dare you pretend to know me? I don't know your name. I don't care to. If my black mother, Dorothy, was still alive, you'd be in some big hot water. You are mean and ugly. You are a nothing burger.
Shout out his black mom, Dorothy.
Dorothy Bloodsaw was my black mom. She carried me in the house in Lincolnwood, Illinois on 1959 June and raised me in the light of Christ. I would be dead if not for her unconditional love. She showed me that Jesus was my savior. I owe everything to her. Yeah, he went on a real...
He said he pulled, some of my best parents are black?
Yeah. He went on a weird tweet. Yeah, he was mad at First Take.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to take Mr. Irsay's
He's an emoji guy, too.
Oh, big time.
Big time emoji.
So I've got notifications on for every Jim Irsay tweet, and they're 99% just emojis that he uses to, quote tweet stuff with. I guess he's talking about the arrest where he had, $36,000 in a bag. And then I think there might have been some prescription drugs, which aren't technically illegal.
Right.
Which might be the point that he's disputing on that one. Regardless, I'm just going to be on Team Irsay on this one.
Yeah, Team Irsay.
I just feel like, Jim, I owe you.
It was, I think it was the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and he was just going on a tweet storm. Remember when he got pulled over, too? He was like, billionaires get profiled?
Yeah.
He was in a RAV4.
It's true. It's very true.
Like
he
with
was also,
sweatpants on.
I also think he was parked in the median.
Yeah.
Which might have had something to do with him getting pulled over.
Billionaires do get profiled.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But yeah, the Colts are good. I'm high on the Colts. It's got to feel good to be a Colts fan. To be like, not only are we in the playoffs right now, but our first round pick hasn't played. We still have that going in our back pocket.
Yeah, when a backup quarterback comes in and you guys are above 500, that's the mark of a franchise that seems to be in good hands.
Shane Steichen.
Mr. Irsay.
Shane Steichen, Coach of the Year. All right, next one. Falcons 24, Saints 16. The NFC South leading Atlanta Falcons at 5-6. They're 5-6. We not to pat ourselves on the back, but I think we did talk about this, that this is where the Falcons are going to maybe string off a couple wins and take the NFC South.
Yeah, and Arthur Smith, he took Bijan out of the doghouse.
I think we could say
he's officially outside now, right?
Yeah.
Bijan he's close to being off the leash.
19 touches, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's going.
He's awesome. I would like to see him as a bell cow. I want to see him just carry the ball as much as possible.
This was what we were saying all along. He was waiting till football season really started. After Thanksgiving is when you start running your running back.
Well, so he comes from Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Arthur Smith, Tractorcito season.
Point.
He's using that blueprint right now in Atlanta. The Falcons, listen, the division is
5-6.
It's shit mountain in the NFC South, and they're
someone's got to win it.
The king turd that's on top, and I think that they've got the best layout for holding on to that until the playoffs. So I do like their chances. Arthur Smith said that the Falcons' 6 remaining games are going to feel like 6 lifetimes. I think that's probably true because it seems like the Falcons, you're not going to blow anybody out.
They played the Panthers and Bears.
I don't know if they're built for a blowout though. That's the thing about the Falcons. Their defense
they won by 9 today.
Is usually
8
pretty
today.
good. Yeah, but it was also
9.
It never felt like the Falcons were completely in control of that game.
Yeah.
It felt like it was close for
24-15. I said 16. That's my fault.
Yeah.
The Saints, we do this every week. I'm so sick of the Saints. Get out of my face.
But I think I love Taysom Hill now.
Yeah, although Jesse Bates he had the 2 plays. He forced a fumble on Taysom Hill, and he had the pick 6 on Derek Carr, which if you're going to play Derek Carr and he's going to throw pick 6s like that, put in Jameis Winston.
Mm-hmm.
Jameis Winston is way more fun.
Jameis would have at least done a better job trying to make the tackle.
Yeah. Shane, can you pass me some Tums? I'm struggling.
The Falcons moved their offensive coordinator to the booth, so he's now watching the game from above.
Oh, nice.
Because he thought that it would help Ritter with what he got to see up top. So, again, this is not something that I think I've ever heard of until Hackett did it for the Jets.
Yeah.
But moving a coordinator up into the booth, that's got to be the best promotion ever.
Come on, walk right in front.
Shout out to him for getting that done.
Shane, he needs some too. He needs some Tums too. Oh, no, he's got to change that. Yeah, I like moving the offensive coordinator up and down.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Who do you got? A team of Cordarrelle Pattersons or a team of Taysom Hills?
Taysom. Cordarrelle doesn't pass.
Yeah, but he's faster.
He is faster.
I think a team of Cordarrelle's on defense would kind of neutralize Taysom's on offense.
My body is so broken.
But then also Taysom Hill would light the fuck up out of Cordarrelle Patterson on defense.
I just got like a flash of heartburn. I really haven't eaten today.
I think it'd be
my body's broken.
30-30 tie.
What'd you eat in the past 4 days?
Everything. So bad. I'm like I'm literally like, this is. People think that podcasting's easy. It's not. My body's a dumpster right now. It's a garbage disposal. It's if you split me open, it would just be like stuffing and just gross things just coming out. Yeah, Cordarrelle Patterson's really fast.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm literally like about to have a heart attack.
Be a real shame.
It would be a real shame.
Imagine the numbers.
It would be great numbers. I promise you this: if I have a heart attack, I'll do it on show.
Air. No,
I will. I'll time it and I'll do it on air.
I hope that you don't. But if you did,
no. Listen, I hope if I could have a heart attack that I
worse
survive. I hope I do have it on air. That would be electric. I was just like, guys, anyone else not be able to feel their left arm right now?
It'd be way worse if you went home and had a heart attack.
Yeah.
It would be. We're closer to a hospital right here. That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah. Jake is cringing at this, but
as long as you're okay at the end.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm saying a minor heart attack.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
I mean,
people have minor heart attacks all the time.
Big Cat recording an episode of Part of My Take from a hospital like Hugh Freeze in a bed.
Yeah,
would be also great for numbers.
No days off. All right, I think the 3 Tums have settled me down to the point where whatever was happening to my body just a minute ago is no longer happening.
Good.
It might have been just having to talk about the NFC South.
Mm-hmm.
My body's like, don't do this. Don't do it again. You've said this every single week that you're sick of the Saints. My body is literally revolting. It's saying it will not take the Saints.
The Saints are also pulling out every trick in the book. They're putting on like different uniforms, trying to look cooler.
The helmets they wore today suck.
You can't fool us. We know that you're the Saints. We know what happens underneath those uniforms.
Yeah. It's gross. Okay. Next up, NFC South. What are the odds right now for the Falcons to win the NFC South? They're probably.
I would imagine that they're like.
It's the wrong time to bet on them now that they finally have taken over the NFC.
They're probably minus 150.
Ask yourself this. It's a simple question. Not like all rooting interests, all bias, everything aside. Which team would you like to see in a playoff game? And the answer is the Falcons. I would like to see Bijan Robinson in a playoff game.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Oh, the coolest thing about this game was Ludacris getting repelled from the rafters.
Oh, yes.
And landing at the 50-yard line like the stories foretold. He was singing Move, Bitch. That was amazing. That to me rivaled the Creed halftime performance. Granted, it wasn't on the national scale because it wasn't on Thanksgiving. But I fucking love Ludacris.
Yeah.
And that was incredible.
The Saints right now are plus 115. They don't even have the Panthers listed. Are they actually eliminated? I think they might be. No, they have to be.
With 10 losses?
No, they could. I guess because the other teams have to play each other.
So there's...
Yeah, no, someone's got to get wins. So I think they might be mathematically eliminated.
We have 6 more weeks. They've had their bye.
Yeah, they have 5 more games.
Okay, so they have 5 more games.
Or no, they have 6 more games. 17.
Have they had their bye?
I don't know.
That's the question. Jake, can you look up if the
all
Panthers...
4 teams have played 11 games, so they've all had their byes.
Okay, they've all had their byes.
1, 2, 3, 4,
They're
5,
eliminated.
6 weeks left. They can get 6 more wins, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Atlanta and like Tampa have to play each other. Like that has to happen.
Yeah,
so.
but there could be like a tie scenario.
Yeah, they're eliminated. They're gone.
Yeah,
they're gone. All right, Steelers, Bengals. Steelers 16, Bengals 10. The Steelers offense looked okay.
Unlocked.
400 yards of offense. First time in how many games, PFT?
I know it was since 2020.
Yeah. It was since week 2, 2020, 58 games.
Yeah,
58 games.
I was hoping that the Steelers would have 1,000,000 yards, put up like 420 yards and outgain the Bengals and then lose. That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
If now all of a sudden the Steelers offense was good, except they just couldn't get the job done on the points department like they were in the past. But yeah, maybe it's not Kenny being unlocked. Maybe it's about Najee being unchained.
Well,
because Najee Harris looked pretty good today.
I was going to say I actually thought the biggest difference was Pat Freiermuth getting passes in the middle of the field. They realized they could use the middle of the field. He had over 100 yards.
Yeah.
Like that was hey, look, we can actually throw in the middle of the field. This is allowed. So yeah, the Steelers offense looked good.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't score a lot of points. They still struggled in the red zone, but their offense looked good. They moved the ball better than they have all season long.
I also like Mike Tomlin after the game saying, guys like myself and Kenny we're judged based on winning and losing, and we don't run from that. He and I are winners today. Basically just saying like, hey, whatever ugly stats you want to throw at us, we'll just take the ones that make us look good, which are wins and losses.
The wins and losses.
I understand. We have to have a national conversation about mouthpieces because it's been something that's been brewing up for a while.
Yeah.
You notice it a lot when the Bills are playing because you got Diggs and Gabe Davis, and they have their mouthpieces that just like hang down in front of their numbers the entire time. It seems like they flop up and get their field of vision sometimes, but whatever. That's an old man yelling at cloud thing if you're that upset about a mouthpiece hanging out. Jamar Chase today had his mouthpiece in his hand during a play. He made a catch, which is incredible.
That is incredible.
He made a great sideline catch.
Did he hold the mouthpiece while making the catch?
Yes. Well, he did not maintain possession of the mouthpiece through 2 steps in a football act.
Not as incredible.
So not a total catch. But he did have it in his hand when he made the catch and then dropped it after he secured the ball. What are we doing with mouthpieces now? Because I feel like they've become...
They're supposed to be in your mouth.
They're an accessory now.
Yeah, they're not hand pieces.
The safety.
We do sound like old men.
The safety on the Lions has it sticking out of his helmet.
Yep.
Can we just, kids, wear your mouthpiece, or don't? You know what? You don't have to wear your mouthpiece, but if you don't wear your mouthpiece, why is it just hanging off your?
I blame
face mask?
Baby Gronk. I feel like he definitely doesn't put his mouthpiece in his
Steph
mouth.
Curry.
Steph Curry, yeah,
Yep.
problematic.
Bad.
Where
Bad.
are the heroes? Where are the real leaders of this generation?
Yeah, we need someone to do an interview with their mouthpiece in after the game
Yep.
and just be like, this is what it is. This is where it should be. The Bengals, their season's over, obviously. It ended when Joe Burrow was out for the year. Jake Browning, though, yeah, that wasn't – he wasn't good.
No.
And I love when a backup quarterback comes in and we start learning weird facts about them. And they're basically testing you to be like, how dumb of a gambler can you be? Like, will you bet on this based on this stupid backup quarterback fact? The fact that almost got me to take the Bengals today was Jonah Williams was high school teammates with Jake Browning. I think they won some state championship wrestling together. He said that Jake Browning wants it so bad. All spring and summer this year, he ate nothing but ground beef, salt, and honey.
Why does that help you play football?
I don't know, but that also doesn't, like, you're just eating like steak.
Ground
Like,
beef-
it's not that bad.
Ground beef, salt, and honey. It
That sounds pretty good.
sounds like a diet that a actual bear would be on.
Yeah, but it also sounds like I would eat that. Maybe that's what I needed to get on. But yeah, that was the fun. That really actually should be the test. Like how deep do you have to dig to get a fun fact about a backup quarterback? And then when you find out that they've been eating ground beef, salt, and honey, it's like, okay, this guy stinks.
That sounds like a diet that a knockoff version of Andrew Tate would put you on.
Yeah.
To like increase your testosterone and make you irresistible to women. It's like this is the diet that the American bison eats, and they're the strongest, most powerful animal known to man. Just eat honey from a tree and then lightly salt your meat.
I need my backup quarterbacks. Like the good stats are like this guy actually was a state champion javelin thrower or something did you know he actually got like D1 offers for basketball? Not he just ate crappy food for an entire spring and summer.
I'll do you one better. I'll just say like if he has 4 stars in front of his name coming out of high school,
Right.
or better.
Right.
That would be great because you're like, wait, maybe there's something inside him in there somewhere. Wasn't he in the
many
college football
stars?
playoff?
He was. He got blanked.
Yeah. That's what they should just roll with that. Like he got Washington to the college football playoff.
Yeah, they got.
That's
that
a
was
pretty
one of the
impressive
worst.
feat.
All right, Jake Browning. He was a 4-star.
There you go, 4-star recruit.
He was a 4-star, so that's pretty good. And he eats ground beef, honey, and salt. Cool. All right, next game. Giants 10, Patriots 7.
Oh wait, we should talk about Mike Tomlin and his Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah,
Mike Tomlin invited George Pickens over to his house for Thanksgiving.
which is probably why Deontay Johnson made one of the worst efforts I've ever seen on a fumble. That is going to be bad tape for him on Monday morning.
So I went back and watched it. It's not just after the fumble, the entire play. And it was the play after he dropped the touchdown
Yeah,
where he was on the side of the field that the play was being run to. It was kind of up the middle, but it was still his side. And he just stood up. You know, remember how like Jay Cutler, when they put him in and they like
In
ran
Wildcat, yeah,
offense?
yeah.
He's out at wide receiver. He just stood straight up. And was
Yeah.
like, I'm not supposed to be out here. That's what Deontay Johnson looked like, where he just stood up and then he kind of walked towards the ball, saw the fumble, was like, not my problem.
not my problem.
Not my problem. That's somebody else's area of responsibility. I'm on break right now,
Yeah, but George Pickens was at Mike Tomlin's Thanksgiving.
which I love.
Incredible.
I absolutely love that. And Mike Tomlin was probably just like, hey, George, just chill out.
Yeah,
Look, we're getting along right now. Just calm down.
yeah. We were saying that when George Pickens gets his first penalty in the game, Mike Tomlin's be like, dude, we talked about this at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, come on, George.
Like, come on. We went over this.
And he looked better today, too. There were a couple times where he made a nice catch and defensive back on his face, and George Pickens just walked away.
So we need Deontay Johnson to go to Mike Tomlin's Christmas.
Yeah, do
What
it.
we're saying. All right, next game. Giants 10, Patriots 7. Hank, you're a motherfucker.
What? It's Thanksgiving. It's the holidays, guys. I'm positive vibes. I miss you guys.
I don't know how you did this, but the Patriots have they're tanking correctly.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They're so bad, they're tanking correctly, which completely salvages your season. You're
Yeah.
tanking correctly.
Yeah, it was a great loss.
You're a terrible team.
It was a very good loss.
Mac
Productive loss.
Should we? I pose this question: is Mac Jones so bad that we have to start feeling bad for him? Because like he's so bad, he's so bad that I might start feeling like a little sad for him because his job is to play quarterback and he cannot play quarterback.
I don't feel bad for Mac Jones at all. He went to Alabama.
True.
He had a great,
all right, this is good. I don't want to feel bad for him either.
He had a great
so
career at Alabama. He was a high first-round pick, sought after in the NFL. He gets there. He gets all these Patriots fans.
He has a hot girlfriend.
Probably has a hot girlfriend. He gets all these Patriots fans that are used to winning and success behind him off the bat being like, look at us. We've got our future quarterback. The dynasty continues. It rolls on. I'm not sad for Mac Jones at all.
All right, I just posed a question. I'm happy you brought me back down to earth because, like, there is a point when people get so bad at their job that you start to be like, damn, it's, like, not his fault. Like, don't put him out there anymore, which I think they probably will stop putting him out there.
And also, don't forget the fact that he tries to kick people in their penis.
True.
And punches people in their penis.
Penis toucher.
Repeatedly.
Do you want to take those back now? You don't have to defend him anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a penis toucher. You knew that all along. He was touching.
Playing
He was
hard.
going
He's
for.
I'm not. I'm never,
Yeah.
He's playing hard. If someone else does that in the future, they will be playing hard too for my team.
So yeah, you're tanking correctly.
Yeah, I mean, Mac Jones had some terrible throws. Bailey Zappi looked okay. This was. I was saying it in the fourth quarter that we were heading to Tyville. If the field goal had gone in, it definitely would have ended in a tie.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I was happy it missed. Didn't have to watch overtime. Didn't have to win. Better draft position.
You lost to Tommy DeVito, which is kind of fun.
I hate that. Best.
I hate that.
Oh, I
that
love
celebration?
it.
I love it.
Love it.
Hank,
His dad. So shout out Danny Boy Hustle Hard. He was with Tommy DeVito's dad today. Danny Boy FaceTimed me on the stream. Got to talk to Tommy DeVito's dad. He gave me one in real life. We're definitely
And for all the people that might not remember who Danny Boy Hustle Hard is.
Everyone knows who Danny Boy Hustle.
Okay.
He's a stand-up guy, great guy. He works with a lot of the players. He picked up Antonio Brown from the stadium.
Recurring guest,
Danny Boy Hustle Hard. He's also close with our good friend Brooks Koepka, so he drives a lot of those guys around. But yeah, we will get Tommy DeVito's dad on this show. That's a guarantee.
It's not so bad losing to Tommy DeVito. It's actually kind of fun. I don't mind losing to Tommy DeVito. Let the Giants have their moment with him because he's a memory that Giants fans will have forever.
This is fun.
This is a core memory that's going to be stored in the minds. It's going to be the 2 Super Bowls with Eli Manning and then the Tommy DeVito era.
Yeah.
They're going to be the most memorable points for the Giants of like the last 30 years. So let them have their fun because he is fun, and he sucked so bad when he first got in. We all thought like there's no chance that this guy even gets a second chance getting onto the field. And he's actually played pretty decent.
Won 2 starts.
Well, now, granted, in this
Against
start,
absolute stinker teams.
Yep, correct. The
Super
Giants,
Bowl coach he won against. He's the first undrafted quarterback to beat Bill Belichick since Jake Delhomme in 2005.
Wow.
And the Giants were the first team ever to win a game where they scored 10 or fewer points, got sacked 6 or more times, and had fewer than 20 rushing attempts. So this is a special win. And
there also wasn't a score until 1:53 left in the first half. That was the longest time it took for a score to happen this year.
Yeah, it was tough. Hank, there have been a lot of lows for your Patriots this year, but in a weird way, I don't know if this was one of them. This might have been a high because
that's what I'm saying. That's why he's a motherfucker.
Lose the game. So when we're looking back at all the historic lows that you've had this season, there's the Saints game. You remember when you guys got shut out at home? There's that one.
Not really. I don't even remember that.
There was the Commanders game. There was the Germany game. There are quite a few games that have really stood out.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's flipped it.
I know.
The Patriots being like a 4-win team would have been great for us to poke them.
Yeah.
The Patriots are tanking correctly. They're going to be the second or maybe first pick. It's insane. You're going to get Caleb Williams or Drake May. It's bullshit.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
They're doing the
I don't want Caleb Williams. I'll say it right now.
Really?
Oh, the fingernails?
Was it the crying?
It's the cry. It's not. It's the wanting ownership.
I don't think that was real.
Crying. I have no problem with the fingernails, but I don't really have a problem with the crying. I just don't know. I feel like there's
What do you have
just
a problem with?
Character issues.
Oh,
So,
character issues.
Big Cat, you know what's interesting? Because I think that the wanting ownership thing, that might have been a report from our good friend Mike Florio. That Hank trusts implicitly.
Huh.
Well, they've talked about it in games he's played.
Right? The report, I believe, was from Mike Florio.
All right, then maybe it's fan fiction. Or informed speculation, sorry.
Informed speculation.
Me and Florio are good.
Informed speculationist. Yeah, no, this is crazy that you were tanking correctly. Like, it just happened overnight where it was like, oh, the Patriots are bad. Haha, they're bad. And now it's like, no, they're so bad. They're doing this correctly.
Yeah, just keep losing. Winning does nothing.
I like how Belichick over the course of the week was just saying, I told every player on our team to be ready to play, and I'm not going to name a starter until the game. And then the game happens, and it's Mac Jones again.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very funny way to handle the whole week of, like, is he going to start Bailey Zappi or not? So shout out to Bill.
The Scooby-Doo meme, when he pulls the hood off. He's like, oh, it's still Mac Jones.
Surprise, it's Mac Jones again, guys.
And it probably will be next week, too.
Yep.
No.
I don't know.
I mean,
Bailey Zappi didn't look that good. He threw an interception. A bad one.
But you don't want them to look that good.
Yeah, so Mac Jones is the tank commander.
True.
Mm-hmm.
He looks so lost. So lost.
Yeah, I mean, he sees a little bit of pressure. He just throws the ball and forgets that there's 11 guys on the other side that can catch it. And
It's facts.
Oh, the interception he had today was so bad.
So bad.
There was somebody in his face, and he threw the ball about, like, this one was only probably like 5 yards short of the receiver, and the linebacker or the DB was just like, yeah, thank you.
He throws it.
this.
He throws interceptions where you're like, did he think that guy was on his team? Because he like throws it where it'd be like the cornerback is running a perfect route to catch the ball as a wide receiver, but he's a cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just wherever. Once he sees someone running at him, he just throws it.
He's like, fuck it.
Doesn't know where.
Yeah, he's gonna
kind of playing quarterback how we would play quarterback.
he's gonna complete a pass to somebody.
Yeah. And he does throw a very interceptable ball because he puts a lot of air under it.
Yeah, it's super catchable.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's being punished for being too good of a quarterback.
So yeah, you should keep him in.
Yeah.
What is that?
Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, you don't like that? That's Italian discrimination you're doing right now. They can't talk with their hands?
I don't think Hank can do that because you don't have any Italian blood.
Mhm.
When you do it, it's a slur.
Irish.
When I do it, it's for my people.
It's a little much,
Okay.
but it's fine.
Yeah, you might be a little upset that Tommy DeVito beat you.
I mean, it's embarrassing, but that's just the season. This is living like a loser.
Yeah.
Is your Super Bowl now the last game of the season against the Jets?
Memes.
My Super Bowl is the end of the last game of the season, so I don't have to watch
But
anymore.
but I still feel like as much as you want to tank, you're still going to want to beat the Jets.
If it's close, no.
Me-
If winning or losing, has us at the first or like fifth pick, I want to lose.
Memes was talking like the Patriots
James
Jets
is
game.
a loser.
He was talking big time loser.
Loser.
Talk. He was talking like it was like Indiana Purdue playing for the old wooden bucket. Like he's like, if the Jets win week 18 against the Patriots, I think it will save Saleh's job. Like that, like what are we talking about? The Patriots are bad. They're tanking.
Tanking.
They are legitimately tanking now. They are officially tanking. They're not trying to win games. They're doing it correctly.
They got to lose out.
Memes, that was loser talk.
Yeah, but the Jets haven't beat the Patriots since, 2015?
But still, why would you
Who
even
cares?
want Saleh saved?
Yeah, you're right.
It's such a meaningless game for you. That's
Right.
the thing. It's like,
But it's not
It-
for memes.
it
It,
would-
means a lot to him.
but it shouldn't, is the thing. Like, it should not mean anything to you
Right,
in
like-
that game because you're going to look back 3 years from now, potentially, and say, shit, you know what? If the Redskins had lost that game to the Miami Dolphins, my quarterback would be Joe Burrow. That's where you're at right now, Memes. Okay? So I'm speaking you like I'm talking to myself from the future and trying to show you how impactful a meaningless game could be to you. So you want to lose. Hank is correct.
Be smart, meme.
Hank is a great loser, which I never thought I'd say about him.
No, that's why he's a motherfucker. He's been able to flip it so quickly.
Yeah.
If the Patriots had 5 wins, it'd be totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Bless you.
My body's falling apart. Okay. Titans, Panthers. Do we have to talk about this game? Titans 17, Panthers 10.
No, I don't think we need to talk about it, but the only thing is David Tepper walked out of the locker room after the game shaking his head and saying fuck.
Oh, yeah, Frank Reich's on the hot seat.
Can I correct you on that?
Oh,
it's
worse.
It's worse than that, Big Cat. It's worse. Per Will Kunkel. Is that a fake name? Am I getting?
Sounds like a
am I
fake
getting
name.
Will Kunkel? I think it's real. Per Will Kunkel, I'm told Frank Reich's coaching seat is quote on fire.
On fire.
Per source. On fire. If you put that his seat's on fire and he's not actually fired tomorrow, Will Kunkel should lose whatever check mark he has.
This is why when we go to the depressed rankings of franchises, I think the Panthers are still one because David Tepper, like Panthers fans, you're going to have to deal with this guy fucking up for the next like 5 to 10 years until he realizes he can't be a micromanager of an NFL franchise. And then there will be a moment where he realizes he has to stop being this guy, but he's not going to stop being this guy for a while.
Bring back Jeans Friday.
Yeah, that's right. R.I.P. But what's going to happen is he's going to say that he's realized he can't be a micromanager in about 2 years.
Right.
And he's
And
still very much
micromanage,
going
yes.
to micromanage.
Yes.
But he's going to be like, I've learned that I have to take a step back and let the football people make the football decisions. And then that's not going to work out because he's still going to be behind the scenes managing everything. And then I'd say probably like 3 years after that, he's going to take like a half season off being a micromanager. It's something that you have to wean yourself off.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're a guy that's as powerful as David Tepper's been in his past life.
I don't want to. I'm not wishing anything ill on David Tepper, but a lot of times the like becoming less of a micromanager, like he has to have like a major life incident to be like perspective. Maybe I don't need to be in the office all the time.
Divorce?
I don't know.
I went for a soft one.
Yeah, that was a nice soft
it was a
landing.
soft one.
I appreciate that.
Trial separation.
Trial separation.
He has to go through some emotional strife, and
Maybe like, oh, you know what? Maybe his private plane has some really bad turbulence. It's like
eye-opening moment.
Yeah, almost famous. He has a moment where it's like, I'm about to die. Maybe I shouldn't be a dick to all my coaches.
Maybe if one of his yachts burns down when he's
Yes.
not on it, but he was supposed to be on it at the time.
The market crashes.
Yeah, no, I think it's like you've got one of your yachts in the Grand Cayman. You were supposed to be there, but you got called away on emergency business to fire your head coach.
Yeah.
And while you're supposed to be on that yacht, it burned to the ground.
Microwave started a fire on the yacht.
And you could have died on that yacht. Then you have your come to Jesus moment where you're like,
I
okay,
should've.
some things are bigger than me fucking with my sports.
I got to chill out. I got to rub my brass testicles that are sitting on my that just alone. The fact that he has brass testicles sitting on his desk and he rubs them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
How can you be a coach and walk into that office and your boss has nuts on their desk and think that you are anything but neutered?
And you have to walk into that office like I think Frank Reich has to meet with him like 6 times a week.
Well, he's probably in the office the entire time just getting berated.
Oh man.
And Frank Reich looks so sad today. So sad. He looks like an elderly bird, and he's just so depressed. He doesn't want to be doing that job anymore, right?
The other thing that will happen is David Tepper, like enough losing will happen that he'll be like, maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Because that also happens to these owners where they're like, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing, and I kind of would rather win than be in control.
But usually it's the reaction is we're losing so badly that I need to do what I'm doing but harder.
Yeah.
And then that fucks everything up worse.
So good on the Titans for winning.
Yeah. Also good on Will Levis after the game, owning a mistake. He said, I think I used capitulate instead of matriculate in the presser today. It's been killing me. I apologize to all my former English teachers.
Oh.
Thank you, Will. Will gets
nice.
it.
That's
I think
good.
Will Levis gets it.
That's good. Hank, difference between capitulate and matriculate?
Matriculate is when you're working the ball down the field.
Yeah.
Capitulate is a sickness.
Capitulate is like David Tepper's yacht could capitulate. Actually,
It's
that's
sick.
capsize.
Mm-hmm. It gets sick.
Like
Gets COVID.
like bow to you.
Yeah.
That's like say, okay, you got it.
Like the bow of a boat.
Yes, like the bow.
Surrender.
The bow of a
Yeah.
boat.
What about ejaculate, Hank? Which one's that?
I love when people use that wrong.
Yeah.
They're like, you got ejaculated from the game.
Mm-hmm.
That always makes you laugh. People are doing it, though, on purpose now, and that doesn't make me laugh. Because there was an original guy who did that, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
How could you ejaculate him for this?
Mistakes are funny. When also you can say ejaculate when you're talking. It also means to talk, to say a lot of words.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm ejaculating right now.
You should use that. Use it every day.
Yeah, it's an ejaculation podcast.
That's what we do.
All podcasts are
This
ejaculation.
podcast is just all of us, just
Ejaculating.
5 dudes ejaculating for 2 hours.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, my body is like I'm like a geyser right now. I'm like bubbling over. I'm about to I'm a volcano. I'm ejaculating. All kinds of noises and everything. I don't think the Panthers are going to win a game again.
They should
They have the Bucs
win.
at the Bucs. That's not
Loss.
a win. At Saints,
Win.
Loss.
Falcons,
Win.
Loss.
Packers,
Loss.
Win.
at Jaguars,
Loss.
Probably
Bucs
loss.
again.
I think Bucs at home last game. of the
Again,
season.
yeah, maybe.
What was your guys' bet with Steve Smith preseason?
Oh, we won it.
Yeah.
I think he said
Whatever.
like 5 wins.
Doesn't
it's-
feel good to win that bet.
It's like hats.
Yeah, we
right?
get hats. We get hats. We get free hats.
So counterpoint to the Mac Jones thing, I do feel bad for Bryce Young
Yeah, I do.
because I feel like this is
And he seems like a nice guy.
malpractice what he's having to experience. He does seem like a nice guy. He's never, to my knowledge, punched anybody in their testicles or penis. So I feel bad for him.
Or cried in a DUI picture.
I feel bad for Panthers fans too.
Yeah. No, it's bad. It's bleak. It's very bleak. Because you're just being this bad and then not having your pick.
Yeah.
It's a real shame. All right, before we do the afternoon games, we got Verizon again. Takeover.
Yes, I love Verizon. 'Tis the season for great savings, AWLs. Cyber Monday is here, and you know what that means. Now's the time to get the people that you love the gifts that they'll love with unbeatable deals from Verizon. This holiday, you can trade in any iPhone in any condition and get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE, all on Verizon with unlimited ultimate. Sure, watching football by the fire this holiday season is nice. There's a lot of things that are nice about this holiday season. The weather is actually pretty cool right now. It's Christmas tree season. You get the nice Fraser fir, that beautiful smell in your house. Nothing like it, nothing like the holidays. But there's no bigger win than saving on great Apple gifts for the entire family. For a limited time, you can trade in any iPhone in any condition and get the new iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch SE, all on Verizon with unlimited ultimate. This offer ends soon, so hurry and make the most of your holidays. Go to Verizon.com/take today. That's Verizon.com/take today. I'm actually already there, so I'm going to take advantage of this deal. I might even get an iPhone for somebody in my family. My mom needs a new phone. Might be getting mom a brand new iPhone, and maybe I'll give her the iPad too. Maybe I'll give her the Apple Watch. Maybe I'll give that to somebody else as a gift this holiday season. But the point is, Verizon's got the best deals on the planet right now. Check them out at Verizon.com/take.
Okay, afternoon games. Rams 37, Cardinals 14. The Rams are back. Or did they play the Cardinals?
They played the Cardinals today. Kyler Murray had just enough plays to make you be like, okay, this guy is still fun. He's still good.
That first drive was great.
First drive was incredible. But yeah, the Rams, they played the Cardinals today. They took care of business. And
But the Rams are like they have righted what was wrong, and maybe it's just the schedule got a lot softer.
I think what was
And Matt
wrong,
Stafford came back.
Yeah, what was wrong was that Brett Rippon was a quarterback.
Yeah, but they also, I mean, Matt Stafford played in the game against the Steelers. He played in the game against the Cowboys. Yeah, the Rams are in that group of teams. Like, hey, someone's got to get the 6 and 7 seed.
Yeah, they're not out of it. The fun story from this game was the Cardinals linebacker, Jesse Lukita. He got a flat tire on the way to the game, and then a Cardinals fan on the way to State Farm stopped him, picked him up, and drove him to the stadium. That's cool. That's like your dream scenario as a diehard. If you're a diehard Cardinals fan, that's as good as it gets right there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I drove the guy to the stadium.
That is very good.
Good for me. I'm part of the team.
And Kyron Williams was incredible. The Rams were just running it down the Cardinals' face.
Yeah.
Like the entire second half, they were running it down their face. He had 143 yards on the ground, 61 in the air, and 2 touchdowns. He was awesome.
Yeah, Sean McVay should be talked about in not the same era, but like he's similar to Mike Shanahan, where he can plug and play running back and get results out of him.
I got chastised when we did our NFL coaches draft, and I picked him. I think in my first or second round. People online were like, "Sean McVay's overrated. He won 1 Super Bowl."
No, Sean McVay he's a very good
He's an
coach.
incredible coach.
He's a really good coach.
By the way, Jake, remind us maybe July 26th. We'll do the coaches draft again.
That's a Friday. You want to do
25th.
Thursday the 25th?
Yes,
Oh,
perfect.
I already have all-time rankings for position groups that day.
That's a busy day.
And
Yeah,
Hank
that's a-
taking us in the econ class.
That's a full show.
that
All
whole
right.
day.
yeah, both of those on that day.
Okay, so that's our
maybe-
full show.
Well,
In the summer?
Yeah, July 25th. That's a perfect time to just do a show of complete nonsense.
I have to do summer school.
That's also around the takeys usually.
No, it's a little later.
A couple weeks later. Yeah, we'll be okay then.
We'll be good.
So we're tripling up that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, put it on there. That won't happen. That won't be a problem for us.
I'm thinking 49ers quarterbacks might be
49ers quarterbacks
probably the
pretty
best
good.
one, right?
49ers quarterbacks pretty good. Yeah. Where would you go with? I guess you'd have to go Chiefs tight ends.
Yeah.
Because
You get Tony Gonzalez and Travis Kelce with that one.
You get those two.
Well, I mean,
What about Packers quarterbacks?
oh, good point. Hey.
Won 2 Super Bowls. What about Patriots quarterbacks? Just Mac Jones.
You go Patriots tight ends.
Yeah.
Aaron Hernandez between the lines was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I had one other thing from this game. PFT, this is a question for you specifically for no reason whatsoever. Greg Dortch.
Yeah,
He did the too small
he did.
when the Cardinals were down 37-8. He scored a touchdown to make it 37-14. He did the too small. Greg Dortch is 5'7".
Yep.
That's too small to do the too small.
No, I think that Greg Dortch has probably been hit with the too small his entire life.
But
And
37-14.
he gets a chance. Listen, I'm taking the score out of the equation.
Okay.
You asked me if he was too small to do
Okay,
too
but
small.
no, I think the score matters.
No, I don't think it does.
I think it definitely does.
I think if you're asking me, is he too small to do the too small?
It's a two-part kind of combo question because it's the score matters.
I think that the score.
If he had done the too small
the score is its
in
own
a
question.
winning game, I would have been like, but then he did it, and then I was like, wait, isn't he short? So it's kind of like the way doing it when you're losing by that much leads to follow-up questions. Mostly, how tall are you, Greg Dortch?
So if you are losing by that much, you should never do the too small,
Right.
Regardless of the size you are, because you're opening yourself up for directly just somebody points at the scoreboard.
Correct.
And then they point at the score and they say your score is too small. You're opening yourself up for that.
Correct.
Now, if you're a 5'7" person and you happen to score a touchdown that puts you up by 30 points,
yes,
then you can do the too small.
Then they're too small.
That's fine. So, no, I don't think he's too small to do the too small. I think their score was too small.
But I think
for
if he
Dortch
was
to do the
if
too
he was
small.
like 6'3" and he does the too small even down 37-14, at least it's not like the follow-up question doesn't happen where it's like, hey, how tall are you?
I think
He opened himself up.
I think if you're tall and you're down by that much and you do the too small, everyone's just like, that dude's an asshole.
Yeah.
If you're short and you do the too small, at least you have people like me who are taller, by the way, than 5'7", who point at him and say, that's the first time he's been able to do the too small on somebody.
Okay.
And he saw a shot and took it. Not the right time, not the right place, but I understand why he did it. I mean, he's probably gotten too small his entire life.
Oh, so many times.
And so turnabout is what he's looking for on this one.
Yes.
But yeah, you should not do the too small if you're down by 20 points.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, Broncos 29, Browns 12. Jake, go ahead.
Got me.
Let's go.
It was weird because it happened on a safety.
Oh.
It was 27-12, and they got like a meaningless safety at the end of the game, the Broncos.
Oh.
Jake, do
So it
you
was
think
never on the radar.
do you think that Gummies have gone too mainstream? Do you think Gummies sold
was
out
my-
because
that was
Have
my
we had this
point,
conversation
because-
That was
before?
my
no,
point a month ago.
no, I'm not saying that there are too many. I'm saying have they gone too mainstream
Oh, like too
Be-
many people know about them?
because the broadcast of the
Yeah.
game put it on the final score that Jake got his picture with that said this is the first time the score has ever happened in NFL
yeah,
history.
so it's like real. It's a real stat that the NFL is tracking now.
Yeah.
If they're
There's always a
acknowledging
real
it.
stat.
Yeah, but if they're acknowledging it, it's a big deal.
So is this like mission accomplished? You've got the NFL to acknowledge it?
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's
Listen,
like,
I'm
Also-
I'm reformed. You need to enjoy your gummies however you want because
Thank
it
you.
makes you happy.
Exactly.
My point about him happening too often is
This is a big year for
this
them.
is a huge year for
big year.
gummies. We've been
This is like
getting
six-
a
this is like
gummy
6 or 7 this
bukkake.
yeah, it's been a lot, and I support you, Jake. My question was just, do you feel like if you're a fan of an underground band and then you see them on MTV,
Yeah.
you're like, all these people aren't really fans of this band. Name 3 of their songs.
Yeah, you were freaking out about gummies way before it became mainstream.
Yeah, but now the whole world knows about it.
Jake ejaculates every time there's a gummy.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's doing it right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
You just ejaculated again.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Got quite the stamina there, Jake.
Yeah, the Browns, this was a scheduled, in the roller coaster Brown season, this was a scheduled lose the game and also get a bunch of injuries.
Miles Garrett,
Amari Cooper.
That's not good.
DTR got concussed.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, they can't have a couple weeks in a row where people don't get hurt and also good things happen.
Yeah, Miles Garrett seems like, I don't know what it was. He said after the game that he felt a pop in his shoulder. That's not what you want to hear in a press conference.
No.
You'd much rather not hear the pop. But the Browns, I feel bad because I do want Joe Flacco to get in, but I don't even think that Joe Flacco can fix this because they seem to be snake bit.
Yeah.
Now,
might get hurt. Yeah.
On the other side, he definitely would get hurt.
Yeah, also, I don't really understand the Browns. I know that their season, they're trying to cobble it all together offensively. Their defense is still very, very good. They threw the ball 42 times today.
Yeah,
with PJ Walker and DTR, just run the ball. Run the ball. Be like triple option.
You know what? I didn't think that DTR looked that bad when he was playing.
But still, just run. I think they had a goal line at the end of the first half where they might have passed it on second and third down. Just run the ball down people's throat. You're averaging 4.5 yards a carry. Just run the fucking ball.
I agree with that. That's what Kevin Stefanski should always do. He should get it tattooed, and he should look at it every single day. He should stare himself in the mirror and says, run the damn ball.
Yep.
They did have a touchdown pass that was dropped. I think it was Njoku that dropped it.
Yeah, his hands. He's all-time, like, one game he can look like the best tight end in the world, and the next game it's like, do his hands work?
Yeah, and the way that we're talking about the Browns, it sounds like they're like 4-7. They're actually 7-4.
But it's like harder and harder to see the path forward when all these guys keep getting injured,
especially in that division, which is going to be really, really tough. On the other side, the Broncos might be playing the best football in the AFC right now.
Yeah, you said they're the best team in the NFL right now.
No, I'm saying they're playing the best football.
I'm saying you said that. You were testing, you were trial ballooning that on the stream, and everyone's like, what?
But, I mean, look at who they've beaten recently. I'm talking about the last, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm talking about right now, the Broncos are, I think, undeniably a good team.
No, they are.
They
are. Their defense has been completely – now, obviously, the 70-point game skews a lot of things, but the first 5 games of the season, they were giving up 36.2 points per game. The last 6 games, they've been giving up 16.5 points per game.
Yeah.
Like, they figured out Russell Wilson wasn't lighting the world on fire today, but making enough plays. Like, the Broncos are good. They are good. And they're inching closer and closer to that 7 seed, and it would be – I mean, could you win coach? He might be. You know what? Sean Payton might be my coach of the year.
Sean Payton might be my comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
For what he's done to himself this year.
It's crazy.
From the giant hole he's had to crawl out of to get the Broncos where they are right now. It's honestly incredible. And Russell Wilson does look like he cares. That's the thing. Like, at the start of the season and last year, he didn't really look like he cared that much. And now he looks like he's playing for his teammates, which is great to see.
And his teammates look like they like him.
Yeah.
Next week actually is a loser leave town game. Broncos, Texans.
Yeah.
Because right now, the Broncos are the 9th seed or 9th in the standings, and the Texans are 8th. So that's going to be a huge separation.
So Colts, Broncos, Texans, gun to your head, who makes the playoffs?
Texans.
Yeah.
Bills.
But
the Bills have such a hard schedule.
Bills are I think the Bills might be done.
Bills are definitely in the – if we did the same thing that we did with the NFC where it's like who would you want to see, it's Texans or Bills.
Yeah.
Those, no offense to the Broncos or the Colts, but I would like to see C.J. Stroud or Josh Allen as a 7th seed.
I would too.
So
well, also it might be 2 of those teams that get in.
Yeah, because the Browns might this might start falling apart for the Browns, especially if Myles Garrett's hurt.
Yep.
Okay. Next game, Chiefs-Raiders. Remember when the Raiders were up 14-0? The final score was 31-17.
Yeah, so the Chiefs learned how to play football in the second half.
It wasn't even the second half. It was the third drive. The first 2 drives, they had 13 total yards, and then after that, they scored on their next 7 drives. They scored 31 points. Patrick Mahomes had almost 300 yards passing. It was, they basically woke up and were like, hey, wait, we're the Chiefs. What are we doing right now?
Rashee Rice. That's what happened. So
this is what we've been saying.
So Rashee Rice might be the guy in Kansas City. Now, that's a very low bar considering the receivers that they have right now, and they didn't really have any other options today because Tony was out, Hardman was out, and Rice had over 100 yards. I think he's their first 100-yard wide receiver of the season, which is crazy to think that Patrick Mahomes and that offense, they have not had a 100-yard receiver yet this season. Rashee Rice looked good today. He probably could have had more if they didn't take their foot off the pedal at the end.
This is the old visualization trick. It's Patrick Mahomes sitting down. He's sitting somewhere in the Kansas City. Let's say he's sitting in a big room overlooking the Kansas City Chiefs practice field with Aaron Andrews. It's late December, and Aaron Andrews is like, talk to me about how these young receivers have come along. And then they show a highlight of Rashee Rice just like ripping people up. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah. That's what's going to happen. I can't wait for that clip to happen, and I'm going to be like, see, you just visualize it.
They have no more Fox games this year.
Okay, fuck Jake.
Tracy Wolfson.
Damn it. Who else does the CBS like those?
Like Nate Burleson.
Maybe Nate Burleson. No. God damn it. Who else does
Boomer?
a sit down? Boomer does that?
I don't know. I'm just saying. The studio
Yeah,
crew,
no,
they
maybe
sent
Kyle
someone
Long.
out.
Kyle Long might.
Kyle
Oh,
Long
actually, that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tony
Kyle Long.
Gonzalez.
Yeah, Tony Gonzalez. I could see that for sure. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one of those guys is gonna be sitting there.
Or they have a Monday night game, so it could be like
Oh,
Michelle Beisner
it's
Buck.
Michelle Beisner Buck. That's it. When's
Unless
their
it
next
gets
Monday
flexed
night game?
because they play the Patriots,
Oh.
and you can flex Monday night.
But
now.
that also is a time to fill a lot of air, being like, let's do a whole broadcast about Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. And passing of the torch.
It's gonna happen.
But if that game stays, Michelle Beisner Buck's doing that piece.
Yep. It's going to happen because the Chiefs, like Rashee Rice, this was the first game. Like you said, PFT, first time over 100 yards. Like this is that one of these guys is going to come along. It's going to be probably Rashee Rice. And
Somebody
they're gonna be
has
fine.
Because it seems like every week there's a different receiver on the Chiefs who absolutely stinks.
Yeah.
And so it's good to have like one guy that you can depend on. He's from SMU, right?
I believe
SMU guy. Yeah, so the Chiefs, I think they figured out a way to turn their offense around. They did get 17 points in the second half today after being held scoreless in all second halves going back a month.
Yeah.
So credit to Andy Reid. The Chiefs will be fine. We've always said the Chiefs will be fine.
Their defense was awesome in the second half, too. They held the Devontae Adams to no catches in the second half, 113 yards total against the Raiders offense. Chiefs defense is good. Chiefs defense is very good. And the Chiefs will be fine. But it was weird watching the first. We knew it, though, watching it. The Chiefs were down 14-0, and we're like, should we live bet the Chiefs? And they were plus 120 to win the game.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous, down 14-0.
Yeah.
That's just that people know the Chiefs are the Chiefs.
And if you're a Raiders fan, Josh Jacobs is awesome.
Yeah.
Have fun watching Josh Jacobs. They should have been giving him the ball more this season, last season, the season before.
Hang the banner. You're up 14-0 on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
It looked like it was
Also,
going to be
Antonio
a win.
Pierce, maybe future head coach.
Yeah, Tony Pierce.
Yep, Tony.
Tony P and LV. You like that, Hank?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, last game. Max? Eagles 37, Bills 34. Now, just so everyone knows, Max did not watch a snap of this game.
That's incorrect.
Oh, how many snaps did you watch?
I watched a quarter and a half at the beginning, and then overtime.
It's like
Okay.
Jerry O'Connell.
What happened
Yeah.
during the game, Max?
The Eagles won the football game.
No, but I mean, like, what happened? Why weren't you watching the rest of the game?
I was on a plane.
Oh, that's interesting. Did you not know that they play football on Sundays in the fall?
I did know that.
Oh, you're dealing with the same burps as I have, where it's like your body can't.
I mean,
Your
my
body
body's-
can't speak, and like it has too much air. My body's just a blimp right now.
My body's dead. My entire body.
So yeah, your body is dead. Let's talk about that before we talk about the game. Your foot, you had a
we should talk about the game.
No, you had a medical emergency. Your foot, you have a little walking boot on now.
Yes.
Yeah, it is cute. You had a medical emergency, an infection that you've been dealing with for a year.
Not for a year.
For people who are going to say, hey, is a foot injury, like maybe amputation, does Max have diabetes? He does not. He might,
Not
actually.
diabetes.
He might, but he doesn't right now that we know of.
No. I would no.
So what's happening with your foot?
I just have an infection in my foot. I was at the ER till like 4:00 last night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running on fumes.
How'd you get an infection in your foot?
I had an ingrown toenail removed last week. It was removed, and then since the removal, it got very infected.
But it's been infected for how many months?
It's not. It hasn't. That's incorrect.
You've talked about your foot hurting for quite
So
some
I've
time.
had a problem with ingrowns in my foot for about a month, but I normally get it removed, and then
You're just a disgusting human being.
I mean, people have ingrown toenails. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, but listen, I'm going to give you a little tip here, Max. As a larger man myself,
Like,
whenever
you keep bringing
have,
everything comes back to this.
Well,
everything comes back to
the
being
thing.
fat.
Yes, because when you have these type of medical
You're
issues,
such a fucking dickhead.
no, when you have
No,
these,
you're just such a
no,
fucking
when you
dick.
have medical issues,
No,
and
it's
you
every
also
fucking
are
medical
fat,
issue.
people always are like, "Damn, dude, you're gross." That happens to me too.
Yeah, I got a fucking. It was like a real fucking thing. I was at the fucking ER. Till
People are like,
4
"Oh,
o'clock.
can he not reach his feet?" Things like
No.
that.
You're. Can we just talk about the fucking?
Can you
Eagles?
just send me the picture of your foot?
I'm tired.
Hope you feel better.
Hank, are you loving this?
Max, I do like your slipper that you've got on. It's real nice.
I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know what I'm looking at on my phone right now.
You're sending me the picture of your foot because you
yes,
said it's
yes,
so
yes.
gross.
Me too.
Who wants
Just
to
send
see
it to everybody.
Put it in the
Send it to everyone.
All right.
Send it to everyone. You get everyone's reaction at the same time. I'm
Okay.
nervous. I'm
Okay.
nervous. I'm nervous.
Why is it? This is. I mean, we can cut this.
Is this because your fingers are too fat? You can't text?
You're such a.
It's true though. Like it's like when there's a fart in a room, everyone points to the fat guy.
I know.
When something like a medical emergency, they're like, "Well, you probably should take better care of yourself." That happens to me.
Oh, Max.
Oh, that's not that bad.
I don't think it's that
that's
bad.
pretty
No, that's not that
It
bad.
just looks like a bad bug bite.
It's pretty bad.
No, it's not that bad.
I don't like feet.
Can we put it in the YouTube?
No,
Why not?
because it's gonna take
Memes, please put it in the YouTube.
It's gonna get the YouTube taken.
No, it
down.
won't.
Max-
All right, I'll tweet it tomorrow if enough people ask me.
No, don't tweet it.
That's HIPAA.
Yeah, I will.
It's
I
HIPAA.
will. People are gonna ask.
Max, at what point did you decide to get that looked at?
When the
Well-
whole toe was red?
No. Well, so I went.
It's not even red. It's like purple.
Yeah, I mean,
It looks kind of like a penis.
Looks like you have frostbite. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a serious. It was a serious thing.
Your toenails are gross, dude.
I also just got a fucking pedicure.
Dude,
Wait,
that whoa.
wait, you went and got a pedicure with
That-
a massive
God
swollen.
damn
No,
it.
that was
Those
before
women,
that.
I'd like to interview one of those women. And just
What's
be like,
wrong
have
with
you
my-
ever seen anything like this? You're just an ingrown toenail factory.
That is like it's.
Was that like
gross
part of the
because-
doghouse? Like we'll get pedicures together?
The
that was-
doghouse.
Why'd you get a pedicure?
My mom wanted me to get a pedicure. I don't know. I got a pedicure.
Just kidding. I zoomed in. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
So,
So, yeah,
Max,
like,
did they drain it?
No, honestly, actually, no, they didn't. Memes almost just puked.
I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah,
Zoom in on it.
Yeah, I'm looking.
You look
like-
he's gross. He's got an ingrown toenail. He doesn't know. He can't reach
like
his
ingrown
feet.
toenails happen.
No, they don't if you take care of it.
Jake, didn't you have an ingrown?
Yes, I had one.
But you just, like, when it starts to get ingrown, you cut it.
No,
Yeah.
you don't understand what a fucking ingrown toenail is.
Maybe I
It
don't.
I
goes
went to
in-
urgent care. They
Maybe
gave
I
me an
don't.
It goes
antibiotic.
into your skin.
Jake,
You can't
no
cut
offense
it.
to you, Jake, but you going to urgent care does not count as, like,
That's fair.
a medical
I go for
emergency.
anything.
Yeah, I know.
Jake, like sees a dog, and he goes
Yeah.
in urgent care. I know Max is right though, because ingrown is different where you can't cut it out. It's just
You like
it's in
have
there.
to
But
go
is-
get it removed.
There's a point before
no
that you can
You
cut it
don't
out.
know what an ingrown toenail is.
Okay, I guess I just am a fucking
Let's-
Adonis.
can we talk
I'm a
about the
freak.
Eagles?
I'm a freak athlete Adonis that has a perfect body. All right, Eagles 37, Bills 34. Eagles are just good, and they just make big plays. And that Jalen Hurts touchdown pass to Olamide,
A lot of me Zacchaeus.
thank you, Jake. That's beautiful. Was incredible. Jake Elliott, 60-yard field goal.
Make Elliott.
They just make big play after big play after big play. That's just what they are.
There's
And
that-
if you want to say that they're lucky, go ahead and say they're lucky. I think it's just they have dogs that make big plays.
They're lucky, but they're lucky all the time.
Right.
Which means that they're doing things to make themselves lucky.
And they have-
which is such a good trait to have for a team.
Right.
Some people are asking if they're the worst 10-1 team of all time. I'm not going to ask that question.
I do not think
because
they are.
I don't think that they are. I think that there's at least a few teams that were 10-1 that are worse than this team. I think they're just very good. I think they're good. The elements sucked today. It was a shitty day in Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts didn't play his best game. He threw some touchdowns, but in the first half he had 33 yards passing. It wasn't great from him early on. They are just good. They do a lot of small things really well. And on the other side of it, I think that there's something about the Bills and about Josh where they're just kind of snake bit in a weird way. Like
I have an idea.
There's got to be a German word for someone who's consistently great but also extremely unlucky.
Yeah.
And
it's McDermott.
McDermott is the German word.
The German word. Sean McDermott.
The defense at the end of the game on that final drive.
He did it again.
Was bad.
Soft zone kills the Bills again. And look, I like Sean McDermott. He's been on the show a couple times. He's a very nice guy. I think he's a good coach. I think right now they've kind of gotten to a point where maybe it's just a change of scenery because not only the soft zone, but the timeout, there's 25 seconds left, and you have 2 timeouts, and Jake Elliott's coming out for a 59-yard field goal, and they're rushing out for a 59-yard field goal. Why in the fucking world do you use one of those timeouts to ice the kicker when you have Josh Allen on the other sideline who's playing his balls off, and you can, with 2 timeouts in 20 seconds, you can get 30, 40 yards. Like, it made no sense. And then they go and they kneel it and they play chicken shit football for overtime. Sean McDermott, I honestly think he has like the coaching yips right now.
Yeah, it's the defenses at the end were bad. Those timeouts actually mattered at the end of the game. I also think they should have tried to get some yards even with 1 timeout.
Right.
At the end of the game.
Yes, agreed.
It was bullshit, but you definitely would have rather had 2 timeouts. He probably still wouldn't have tried to go for it.
Yeah.
He had 2 timeouts. But I feel bad. Josh made that throw in overtime that should have been a touchdown.
Yeah, Gabe
Davis ran the wrong route at. I hated to see that. Obviously, I'm partial to the Bills because I like Josh Allen. We're very biased. That's the reason why I was rooting for the Bills today. I like Josh. I want to see him succeed. I like Buffalo. I want to see their fans be happy. I want to see them get to the playoffs. It seems like they've reached the point where bad shit, unlucky shit happens to Josh all the time in Buffalo. For whatever reason it is, you can talk about the defense. You can talk about a lot of stuff. It just seems like there's something weird going on there where I feel bad and I want to see him succeed, but it doesn't feel like they're in the right position to do that right now.
I'm going to ask a question that I don't really want the answer to because I think I'm just going to get triggered online if I ask this question. But like, why are we partially to blame for people just not liking Josh Allen? I don't get it. Like he had 1 bad pick. If you watched that game and thought Josh Allen was the problem, you're out of your fucking mind. He was balling his ass off. He was making every play. He had 4 total touchdowns. He was running everywhere for every first down. He was throwing the ball. Like that Stephon Diggs throw was insane. He had 1 bad pick, you're right. But like this was Ed Werder tweeted this after the game. This was the 40th time a team since 1970 had 500 yards of offense, 10 third down conversions, and a positive turnover margin. Teams were 39-0 up until this point. Like Josh Allen, that was not an offensive problem. They scored 34 points with 500 yards of offense. He played almost a perfect game. The Bills defense just let them down. And again, I'm not even like taking it away from the Eagles because the Eagles just make big play after big play after big play. That's what they do. They just make big plays. Like they are a bunch of dogs that make big championship type plays when the moment calls for it.
Yeah. What about Josh being 0-6 in overtime? Again, that's
I know, and the fact that the rule got changed for him.
That's a stat that's going to follow him around.
But I just don't. I understand Josh Allen has not played great for periods. Like
he was really good today.
The reason that the Bills are 6-6, Josh has had some bad games that have put him in this hole. Like they played bad teams. They lost to the Patriots. They lost to the Broncos. They lost to the Jets. If they win any of those 3 games, or 2 out of 3 of them, it's a completely different looking season right now. You can't excuse away the games where he's looked bad. Today was not one of those games. Like if you're criticizing Josh Allen after this game, you're wrong. He has had games that have put them in this spot where they now are must win throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah. Max, as an Eagles fan that did not watch the game, what are your thoughts on how the Eagles played today?
The Eagles made plays at the end of the game to win. The times when I watched, they look good.
No, the first quarter they didn't look good.
They were up 7-0. I literally got onto the plane after Jalen Hurts scored to go up 7-0.
I mean, this was a huge win for you, Max, and me and Big Cat were talking about this before you got in here today. The Eagles played so well. I almost feel like you should be on a plane for as many games as possible.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't play that well.
They won.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won a big game.
They did, and they won a big game. They've won lots of big games.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, the thought was tossed around to send Max on an airplane every Sunday and just have you fly to, like, Indianapolis and back.
Or a helicopter.
Or a helicopter that just hovers.
PFT made a joke about the helicopter that I'm not going to repeat because you'd get mad at me.
I did not make the joke about the helicopter. I asked a question.
Said, could Max fit in a helicopter? I didn't say
No,
that.
I said I don't want to say the question, but there might be regulations. I was thinking about I was thinking about safety.
I appreciate you thinking about my safety.
Thanks, Max.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I didn't say it.
I know.
I didn't say it either. I was wondering.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate you guys not saying that.
But would you, if we were to put you on a first-class flight every Sunday and you'd have to miss every Eagles game?
I would not like to miss every Eagles game, no. If that.
Okay.
All right.
We'll think about it.
I'm going to write down here, Max would not.
Max, do you think – do you think it's a fair assessment? Because I think the Eagles are going to make people very angry because these games have a way of going about it where the Eagles, like, don't look – like, the Chiefs looked better than the Eagles on Monday night. The Bills looked better than the Eagles tonight. The Eagles make –
Patriots look better than the Eagles opening night.
I don't know about that. The Eagles make the winning plays when it counts. That's just what they do.
Yeah, at this point, I don't care how you win. Just get the 1 seed. Like, everyone's going to be on the Niners next week. It's going to be great.
No, I'm going to be on the Eagles.
No, you're going to be on the
I
Niners.
am. I love the Eagles.
I'm shocked that the Eagles are dogs.
I love the Eagles next week.
Yeah, no, but
it's a revenge game for the Eagles, for the Niners saying that they only lost because of Brock Purdy. They kind of took away your win.
I know they love. No, I mean the Niners have been butthurt about that game for.
Oh, I like that.
That's weird.
It's good to get a butthurt in the wild.
You would totally not be butthurt if you were in the NFC Championship game and your quarterback got hurt in the first quarter.
No, but it's one thing if the fans can be, but like the players have just been crying about it for years. Feels like years.
Years.
Feels like years.
Actually,
not even a literal year.
Less than a year.
Yeah.
Also, hey, just quick fact check: the Patriots were never winning against the Eagles in Week 1. I just want to fact check that. We're about accuracy on the show.
Yeah, but the rain.
That's true.
It also rained today,
and it was the first Lighthouse game.
That's true. Yeah. But yeah, congratulations. The Eagles are just good. They do a lot of little things correctly. They're a well-coached team.
And then one of these days, they're going to put the second half and the first half together. And
watch out.
And then that'll be nice.
Watch out. Watch out.
And watch out.
No, Jalen Hurts was like, I mean, it was good. Great teams are able to figure it out when everything is not great. And, like, it was clear that their offense wasn't great today, and he was able to figure it out. So make the big plays.
After the game, they talked to Jordan Mailata, and he said, we actually could not believe that the Bills were running that defense when we got that look.
McDermott, dude, he's got the yips. He's got the yips.
Just that's not what you want to hear if you're a Bills fan. Like,
no.
We knew the look that we were getting, and we knew we were going to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
And it seemed so easy. It seemed so easy every time the Eagles got the ball, whether it was the drive that got them in field goal range, which was, by the way, a bomb from Jake Elliott. Just absolutely
incredible kick.
Nuked that kick.
In the rain.
In the rain.
In the rain.
And the wind. There was that.
Ben Mintz said it was the best kick in NFL history.
I don't disagree.
The best kick
you don't disagree.
in NFL.
There's never, you could argue it.
There's never been more recency bias than Ben Mintz watching that ball go through the uprights and say, that was the best kick in NFL history.
It was a really good kick. Jake Elliott said it was the best kick of his career.
Yeah.
I believe that.
It was a great kick.
It was a great kick.
He also hit a game winner that was like a 64-yarder against the Giants, but he said this one was harder because of the rain
and the wind.
A couple good ones against the Commanders too. But this was a great kick.
Do we think the Bills have any chance of making the playoffs? They have to play at Kansas City and then the Cowboys.
We've been saying must win for the last couple weeks about the Bills. At some point when they keep losing must wins,
they did win the must win against the Jets.
Yeah, I think they're 1-2 in their last 3 must-wins.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
No, it's a bad season for them because it just, again, I know that people really don't like the fact that we're friends with Josh Allen and we like him, but he has put them in this hole. But today was not the reason why they lost this game. I think that's a fair assessment.
Josh was really good today.
Yeah, no, his play earlier in the season has put them behind the 8 ball, but today was not the day to be like Josh Allen stinks or Sam Howell's better than Josh Allen.
I would not say that. And I
know
never
you
said-
wouldn't. I know you wouldn't.
For the record, there are going to be people that listen to you and say one Washington fan.
Yeah, no, it wasn't you. It was
It's
not
not
you.
me.
It was our good friend Nate.
Oh, I
He
thought
did
you
say it.
It's our friend Eric.
Yeah.
Who's not me.
It was not you.
Not me.
It was not you.
What if they go 2-0 in their next 2 must-wins
I think
against the Chiefs and the Cowboys? If the Bills if they go 2-0 in those 2 games,
reasonably speaking, I think the 7th seed in the AFC has to get to 10 wins.
Yeah.
So they have to go 4-1. They have to go 4-1 in the rest of the season.
so the answer is
So they have
they have to go 1-1 in their next 2 must-wins,
they have to go 1-1 in their next 2 must wins, and then they got to win out.
and then they have a can't lose at the end of the season against the Dolphins.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all
Well,
right.
the Dolphins might.
They might not be playing for anything.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
long way to go, but.
Yeah, no, I think it's probably the odds are very much stacked against the Bills right now. And Sean McDermott has the coaching yips. That defense, soft zone, like, it was crazy. And I know guys were gassed, but man.
They were also like a half second away from forcing a fumble on A.J. Brown.
Yeah. Also, I hate to say this because Max is going to love that I say this, but the Eagles didn't have Lane Johnson today.
Correct.
He's really fucking good.
Yeah.
They looked a lot worse on their offensive line without
He's
Lane.
really fucking good.
Yeah, you like to give the Niners passes for
I
when
j-
Trent Williams is
What?
Yeah.
I just gave you – I literally just did that.
I know.
literally just mentioned that Lane Johnson was not in the
I know. I just had that in my head to say before we started talking about this.
And then you forgot
I
it?
forgot it, and then you said it, so I just had to say it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Lane-
it doesn't count
So it
because
doesn't
I
count.
literally
So it
said
doesn't
I was
count, but-
literally excusing the fact that Lane Johnson
Correct.
wasn't playing.
like from the first play of the game, that line did not look as
Good players
Yeah.
matter
Yeah.
Good
for
players
every team.
matter.
Good
Also-
players matter.
And Fletcher Cox.
Also, Jason Kelsey almost cost them the game
Yeah.
with his false starts.
Back-to-back
He had 2 of
false
them.
starts.
So the Eagles won despite one of their best offensive linemen not playing, and their Hall of Fame center having one of the worst 4th quarters of his life.
But then he made a great block on the Hurts game-winning touchdown.
He did, yeah.
And I think he had to shit himself. There was something about
It's
he
that
had to
time
go
of
to the
year.
bathroom in between. He ran to the locker room to go to the bathroom before overtime started.
How's a guy like that not get a toe infection and you do?
I don't know, man. He could. People could get it.
People could get it.
Toe infection's real.
People could get it.
People could get it. I'm
They
still not
almost
out of
amputated your foot?
I'm still not out of the woodwork. I mean, this thing's not.
It's
not
not,
getting
it's
better.
not what you – that's not the saying.
I don't mean to
Woodwork. I'm not out of the
Woods?
You're not out of the wood.
He said I'm not out of the woodwork.
I don't mean to scare you. I think Bob Marley had a toe infection.
Yeah. The CIA put cancer in his
And
foot.
then he died.
Yeah.
Wow, what if the AWL's there's a CIA operative AWL who works at the CIA who's like, I can't take Max anymore.
Billy.
Yeah.
I almost didn't come. I almost had to stay in the hospital for like this week.
For a week?
They said 3 days. I swear to God, like that was the discussion I was having.
Max, would you cut your toe off if it meant that the Eagles won the Super Bowl?
I would 100% do that for the Bears.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was not a yes. Put it down as not a yes.
No, that answer is yes.
That was not a yes.
I mean, I'm dealing with a lot of foot shit right now. It's in my head. The foot is got prime real estate in my brain right now.
You got foot brain.
I got foot brain.
Yeah.
It's got to
know.
suck to have like a major injury that you can't reach.
I can. I'm the most flexible guy on this show.
No, you're not.
Oh no, I'm way more flexible.
I'm way more flexible.
Who's the one who sits cross-legged every day?
Yeah, you're a freak like that, but
That's
I can
flexibility.
Can you touch your toes?
Yes.
What's your V-sit?
That was what I don't know.
What were you about to say? That was the one that I couldn't do?
No, that was always my best one.
V-sit?
Yeah.
All right, we'll have a flexibility off PMTV this week.
PMT.
We'll do a
Viva-
stretch
that's-
thon.
yeah.
That sounds like a Viva TV.
It might be a Viva TV, depending
No,
on
no,
where
no,
we do it. No, we'll do it in the parking lot. It'll be PMTV.
Okay.
Okay, let's finish up the show. Great show. Who's Back of the Week? Brought to you by Rowback. It's a Who's Back of the Week question, Roback question. Promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, and fleeces and vests. They just sent me a big care package. You didn't mute the mic, memes. Roback.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts.
Are we going to talk at all about the Chargers-Ravens?
Oh, yeah,
That's what we were
Chargers-Ravens.
talking
about.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
I forgot. It gets late.
I've got just a quick synopsis.
All right, wait.
Everything.
Rollback question, promo code TAKE. PFT, what are your thoughts on Chargers-Ravens?
Well, let's see. Eckler's hurt, or at least he's running really slow. He's old, washed. Justin Herbert leads the league in sick passes and runs that don't really amount to any points on the board.
Yeah.
And Joey Bosa's eating Raisin Bran because he's probably taking painkillers for his injured foot, so he has to shit, and he can't shit yet. So that's my wrap-up of where things are with the Chargers.
The Ravens look good defensively, offensively. They're just going to have these games, I guess.
Yep.
Where it's like, hey, can you pick up a big third down? Like, I don't know. I still am very high on the Ravens.
Yeah, I would be too. A road game it's a road primetime game.
Hey,
It's tough
win a
to
game. Yeah. And guess what? Defense matters a lot. And the Ravens have one of the best defenses in the league. And as of right now, they have the 1 seed in the AFC.
And also get Jason Garrett the fuck off my television.
The worst.
I did not consent to Jason Garrett.
That's a fact.
You should have to opt in
Yeah.
to a Jason Garrett
That's
broadcast.
part of our text message thing. We need to do this.
Opt in.
Hank, can we get this figured out? A text message service where we send updates before, like, anything that we think is important.
To who?
To people who opt in. I would opt in if someone did this for me. A player having a baby, a mascot dying, a weird, cool uniform that we've never seen before, Jason Garrett being on our TV, soft rims in a basketball game. These are the important things.
I'll look into starting the service.
Okay, thank you, Jake.
It's basically reminders, but just mass texts.
No, but like,
yeah, but we need to, like, it's
instant reminders.
Amber Alert. We need it to take over your phone and just be like, hey, guess what? Bevo died. Texas.
Okay.
Lock of the year.
All right.
Shit like that. Important stuff.
I'm on it.
Boston Scott is playing against the Giants.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
Jake Browning, his only fun fact is he eats Hamburger Helper.
Yeah.
Don't bet on him. Yeah. That kind of shit. I would opt in for a service like that.
Waxing Gibbous.
Yes. Waxing Gibbous. Very important.
Mm-hmm.
These are important things. Tommy DeVito. We just send this right before Tommy DeVito start.
His parents are there.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's a family affair. Okay. Henry.
You think Tommy DeVito's watched The Sopranos?
Yeah. It's
probably, yeah.
It's like you putting on home movie from like when you were a kid.
Yeah.
That's the same thing as him putting on The Sopranos.
This is what we're about. We're going to watch the Columbus
Uncle Tone.
the Columbus Day episode again.
Yeah. All right. Hank, who's back of the week?
I have a couple. First one, Dolly Parton
Yeah, she was great.
Would.
She? Absolutely.
did the halftime show of the Cowboys Commanders game.
She looked great.
What was our good friend and colleague Stu Finer's tweet?
I just tweeted Wood because she looked great. She really did. She's 77.
I did it classy. I said Queen.
Yeah, not me. I was full of white wine and piss and vinegar, and listen. You can't accuse me of being horny for Dolly Parton. Of course, I'm horny for Dolly Parton. Everyone should be horny for Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is the best American that we've ever had. She's wonderful. She's 77. She looks like she's 47. She gave a great performance, great singer, great entertainer.
I don't care how old Dolly Parton is, I would suck those tits dry.
Classy.
Mm-hmm.
Very classy. It could be way worse for him.
Yeah, I expected worse, to be honest. Yeah. I've heard worse. She buys a book for every kid in Tennessee every year. She's just a good person. Shout out Dolly Parton.
Dolly World.
Yeah, you ever been?
Yeah.
It's great.
And then my other is that in Gatlinburg?
I forget the name of the town that it's in.
I think it is.
I've been to Gatlinburg. I believe it was Dolly World.
Dollywood.
Dollywood. My other
what I was saying at my television.
My other who's back is CM Punk.
Yeah.
He was in
Saw
AEW, now he's in WWE. I don't fully understand it, but he gets the craziest pops. I've never really understood the CM Punk hype, just being bluntly honest. But whenever he would come on this show, clips would do crazy numbers. Whenever he does anything, people freak the fuck out.
Everyone ejaculated.
Yeah, everyone lost their minds because he's back in the WWE.
Yeah.
So he had a bunch of takes about how WWE wrestlers should be ashamed of themselves for taking Saudi money, right? And then he went to the WWE. That's interesting.
Yeah. But he's back.
He is back. Big time back. Broke the internet.
That was one of those
Kardashian dumper.
That was one of those things where I was watching college football and CM Punk was just taking over Twitter, and I wish I could understand the passion behind CM Punk. I don't get it because I don't follow wrestling, but it seems like something people are really into.
He's a cult hero. He speaks power to what?
I mean, this is gonna get wrestling people upset.
I like CM Punk, just so you know.
I feel like it's almost. I don't know enough to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I feel like it's almost like a Kaepernick situation. Like he's
he's not
like he
was wrestling in the AEW, like as of like 3 months ago. He was still wrestling
well.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe not his peak.
You're saying that he's not good?
Yeah, I'm saying it's just all talk, and they're talking about him like he was,
No, this is a big deal.
4 years ago, and he was in
big
his prime,
time falling out,
and he's just always in the headlines. But I haven't seen a lot of action.
Okay. Yeah, from what I know about it,
I said it.
He's still like technically a very good wrestler. I'm not a big wrestling fan, so I don't pay attention to all the storylines. But from what I know, he's still like very much, if not at the top of his game, like kind of close to it.
He's also just a great all-time character in wrestling because he like does the perfect blending real life and wrestling.
Yeah, I thought he got I thought he got blackballed for real from WWE. And
yeah,
he's back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's back?
My who's back of the week is I got two. The Sun Belt is back. 12 out of 14 teams from the Sun Belt are bowl eligible. They're going to be playing bowl games this year, including JMU. We did it.
Nice.
We did it, Joe. We got JMU into a bowl game because there weren't enough other eligible teams. So
you're welcome.
Thank you, Big Cat. Thank you to Wisconsin. 12
knocked off PJ Fleck. How's that boat doing?
12 out of 14 teams from the conference made it. That's the best conference in the country in terms of bowl representation. Don't ask questions like, well, how many of those teams have like 6 or 7 wins? Because it's a lot of them. But still, that's pretty cool for the conference. I like the Sun Belt, fun brand of football. And then Christmas trees are back, baby. Christmas trees. It's Christmas tree season. I got to go pick mine up.
I got a fake white.
You got a fake white?
White.
Dolly Parton?
I might get 2. I might get another one.
Yeah, I can't co-sign on a fake tree. You're putting a lot of Christmas tree salesmen out of business with that one, but I guess do what makes you happy.
Fake white is like, I feel like 1950s, like Frank Sinatra era.
Or like 1970s where you have your like foiled TV dinner and like
you should do it.
Your
you
dinner
do
is
like
Jello and ham.
Yeah.
It came pre-lit too. It was great.
Hell yeah.
That's kind of cool. That's easy.
Super easy.
Pre-lit. That's what we say about Nicky Smokes.
I'm thinking about what to do in my house. I don't know how dogs are with real Christmas trees, especially puppies. He might just destroy the tree and eat the entire tree, which would be kind of funny. But yeah, I'm a real Christmas tree guy. Give me a Fraser fir. Don't give me a plastic white one.
I'm a little disappointed in you, Hank.
Why?
Fake white.
I'm gonna have two fake whites.
Oh shit!
I put one in the corner.
Stunt on him.
And my other corner of the room had like a plant, but it's like white and green. I was like, what if I just had
double fake whites?
Yeah.
I think if you got 2 fake
double
white
fake
trees,
whites,
and I know you're not like this, Hank, but my first impression, if I went to your apartment and saw that, I'd be like, Coke guy.
Double fake whites.
That's a Coke guy move.
Yeah, double fake white's definitely a Coke guy move. All right, my who's back is us, and I think people probably don't even know this is happening right now, but the Barstool Sports store has 20% off.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Plug God.
Probably not a lot of tweets. But yes, 20% off. Cyber Monday is today. Do support us, please. It does help. We're doing a thing this year where everything above our goal is going to go to the producers and the behind-the-scenes guys. So
pay for Max's football.
No, I wasn't going to say Max because that's not a way to incentivize people.
True.
Shane, Pug, who doesn't have ankles, because he got crossed up. Tune into PMTV. We're going to put that clip in. Memes.
Gia.
No, Gia's content. Max, I guess, too.
Billy Mays here, back again with another Part of My Take Cyber Monday sale. This year, the behind the scenes guys, they're getting paid. Because without them, this company would crumble. Let me introduce you to the guys behind Pardon My Take.
Evan, get off the fucking green, dude.
Having trouble over here.
This is Pug. He's the video editor of Pardon My Take, and he makes sure that YouTube gets up on time every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let's be honest, Pug's hours suck. This is Shane. He makes 15 Lamar Jackson jersey swaps a day, and we only use one of them. What an idiot. This is Memes. He was a happy-go-lucky guy when he started at Barstool. Now he hasn't smiled in years. Put a smile on that miserable guy's face by buying our merch. Let's get these guys paid.
But please, yes, do buy something. And here's the real plug is tomorrow or today, Monday, we have a telethon at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. But before the telethon, we are doing the first ever producer bowl in the Chicago office where we have all of the producers in the entire office. I think it's 22 total are going to play in a competition basketball 5-on-5 with a bench to 1,000, and you're gonna say, hey, 1,000 playing to 1,000, that's gonna take like 75 hours. Yeah, that probably would, because we're not good at basketball. We're gonna stop every 10 minutes and have mini games that will be worth a ton of points. So you're gonna get to see all the producers compete in stupid games and win stupid prizes, and it's going to be awesome. So we'll be live streaming that from where?
Stool Streams.
Stool Streams.
Talk about back.
What's the YouTube?
Stool Streams YouTube.
Stool Streams YouTube. So tune in. It's going to be awesome.
I'm excited for badminton. We were doing some badminton simulations earlier. It's a very visually funny game to watch.
It's also a fun sport
because you hit as hard as you can and you can't.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So Max will be on the IR, but Max, you'll be the heart and soul of your team, I assume. From the sidelines?
I had a joke I was about to make.
Memes will be competing?
I didn't make it. I want to say
No,
for the record,
let's
I
just
did
keep
not
going.
make it.
Make it to me.
Yeah. No, yeah, just say it to him.
Say it to me.
No.
Say it to me.
It's fine.
Heart and soul?
Yeah, in the mouth and the stomach.
Yeah, in the mouth and the stomach. Not the toes, though.
I don't get that's over my head, but that's fine.
It's actually right beneath your head. Okay, Max. Also, fun fact.
Still thinking about it.
Yeah. Fun fact about Max is Max almost didn't even have health care because he waited until like the last 15 minutes to sign up for health care.
Oh, nice.
And then he spent the entire night worrying that he didn't get his plan in. So that would have been a disaster, Max, if you didn't have health care with that.
I was thinking about that a lot when I was in the ER.
But yeah, good luck, Max. You will be the heart and the soul.
Yeah,
correct.
But Shane's going to be in it. Pug's going to be in it. All the producers, and then all the content people are going to be doing the broadcast, doing the social. We're going to be chasing around with videos. It's going to be an awesome time. I think it's going to be a very, very fun time, very fun watch. This is why this office was built for these type of events. So tune in, please, and buy some merch if you want. And also, Stella Blue Coffee is 20% off as well, including yearly membership. So you can get 20% off your yearly membership. So every dollar counts because this is what we do for a business. I know people are upset. I know people get mad about Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We are for profit, and we're trying to keep everyone employed. I know that sucks.
The more you buy, the more you save.
People
Think
are
about
like,
that.
what are you trying to do? Make money? This is our job. We are trying to, yes.
Also, Big Cat
Guilty as charged.
has very generously offered $300 per member on the winning team. I've offered $1,000 to the MVP.
To the MVP.
So
this is out of our own pocket.
I will be crowning the MVP based on just a random whatever I feel, my eyeball test.
Yeah.
$1,000.
I like that.
Yeah,
I
so
think
be nice.
people.
Yeah,
incentive to get selfish at the end.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like
or
that.
maybe I value unselfish play.
Yeah. Can you win the MVP if you don't compete because you can't reach your toes?
Actually, yes. I'm going to say Max is eligible
Okay.
depending on his performance, not on the court, but just the stuff you do off it.
All right.
I can reach my toes. Memes didn't want me to say that. I can reach my toes.
Okay. Then you probably should have cut your nails. Jake.
My who's back is sportsmanship.
Oh,
Last week in San Antonio, Greg Popovich, during Kawhi Leonard's free throws,
yeah.
he hopped on the mic and he told the fans to stop booing.
This was
This
bad.
was such a loser move.
He said that's not who we are.
It was
sportsmanship at its finest.
It was the most Coach K move I've ever seen from somebody who's not Coach K.
It was such a loser move.
I
hated it
seen that before.
so much. And I don't hate Pop, but I think I might have to start hating Pop.
It was bad. It was really bad. In fact,
It was so bad.
if I was a Spurs fan, I would have booed
Pop. Yes.
telling me to stop booing.
I know
Yes.
the booze intensified
Good.
for the second
Good.
shot.
Good sports
It was,
talk.
it was in the middle of the 2 free throws.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it was a crazy story.
Also, what if Pop was just trying to psych Kawhi out by like getting on the mic and be like, "Hey, I know all of you guys hate Kawhi
Yeah.
because of the way that he left, and he was kind of a jerk to you at the end, and I get why you're booing him and you all hate him, but please stop." That's actually almost that's worse sportsmanship than booing him. I
Yeah.
would say.
I'd agree.
Yeah, maybe it's reverse sports.
I'd agree. All right. Good show. We're going to talk all the college football on Wednesday. We have Kirk Herbstreit on, which will be great. And we have a lot to get to because it was a hell of a Saturday for college football. Let's finish with numbers. Max, is there a chance maybe this is
18.
all karma for you being a loser?
8.
Yeah.
15.
Oh, there is. Okay,
I
so
don't know.
you
I'm down
admit.
bad.
Yeah, you admit. All right. 71.
20.
What are Evan and Shane?
Shane. 10 for Shane. What was everyone's number?
What's Evan usually?
I'm 20.
What was your number?
15.
Ooh, new one.
Some guy in San
18,
Diego.
18.
San Diego?
I was you and my parents who just came up to the table. It was like 15.
Oh, Jake!
Oh, 18.
Jake's in.
Let's go!
There you go, Jake. 18.
Let's go.
Way to go, Jake.
Me and you, Jakey.
Hey, Hank.
You know, a lot of people are winning this lotto machine.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Oh, is it? Yeah, Jake, get ready for Max to figure out some way
No, I'm
to
done.
discredit you.
Let's go.
Congrats, Jake.
Thank you.
Huge.
I'm happy for you, Jake.
I'm pumped.
No, you're not. No,
Yes,
you're not.
I
You're a
am.
loser. You don't like you're a loser. You're gonna cry baby, and you're gonna find a way to make this illegitimate.
I'm happy for Jake.
I'm
super
happy. I am
Yes.
happy for Jake.
I was
Thank
the
you.
first one to say I was happy for Jake.
But you are also going to be the first one to pull up footage and be
Wrong.
like, "This is
Yeah.
illegal."
No, well, he doesn't press the button, so there's
Okay,
no
but you're
way.
going to find a way. Did
There's
he
no
wink at
way.
me?
There's
Did
no
he wink
way.
at me? I think he winked. I saw Jake make a motion. That's when I hit the button.
Wrong.
That a fact. Watch it back.
It's a
Jake,
scoregami
Jake,
for the
great
lottery
win for
machine,
you.
too.
Yeah, good job, Jake.
Yeah.
It's never been drawn
What
here.
a day.
time,
What a
18.
day.
Let's go. Huge.
What a day.
On the board.
Max, hope your foot gets worse.
Love you guys.
This is mean. This is mean.